veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, 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 la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh. 6 a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, 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 la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh. In my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, 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 la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh. 6 a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, 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 la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh. veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, 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 la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, 6 a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, 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 la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh. In my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, 6 a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh. lanes, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. Man, I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la.
Yes, good people. Big up to all of you. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular morning. Yes, it's still morning for me. So 6:13 a.m. I'm able to do the show right now because school is not in session right now, so I don't have to take my voice to school. More importantly, I do hope you're all doing well. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular morning once again. And today we have a few things to talk about, but you know how we operate because we keep it interactive. So chances are we'll talk a lot more about the items we have lined up. We'll talk about Ben Chilwell's future, according to Simon Johnson. And then we'll talk about Chelsea's need for a striker, Chelsea's need. We'll talk about Giorgi Mamardashvili, and then we'll talk about the news about Lunin. We'll talk about Maresca, and then we'll go there, look at training pictures, and address some items that possibly will emerge as the show progresses. But without wasting much of your time, I'm going to get to saying hello to people out there because that is how we operate. Let's see. The first person in the chat is Wycliffe Barash. Mr. Wycliffe, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. First one to comment. Good. Congratulations to you. Big up, GFC. Gavin, my bro, is in the house. I appreciate you finding the time to join. I think I will do a lot for you because I've seen that wholeheartedly you're a kind person, but I appreciate you more importantly. And Constantine Dunn, the captain of the house, is in the house. I appreciate you, bro. I cannot thank you enough for all your support, and thank you for always being there to support. And yes, people, there you go. You have it on the screen. Constantine Dante, thank you for all your support. Sincerely do I appreciate you. Big up to you too, GFC Gavin. And Nacho is here, always coming for a fight. One that you should know already, you cannot win. And this is a Chelsea dedicated channel. I think you will fight a lot because we'll be streaming quite a lot once the season starts on our sister channel, where we'll bring in a lot of people to rep other clubs. It will be war. I promise you that. But Nacho, more importantly, yes, Manchester United, they are in a mess, and we know. And my bro, Tamidayo Alua Rakim, nice to see you, bro. I hope you're doing well. Big up to you too. Anything else yet? Just saying hello to everybody. I've done that. And Andrew Phillips, coach, good afternoon. It's 2:15 p.m. in Niger. Omo, which part of Niger are you from? I've lived in many places. I've lived in Port Harcourt, lived in Enugu, grew up in Zaria, northern Nigeria, lived in Lagos, Yaba, Iwaya, to be precise. But If you don't mind telling me where you're following the show from, I'd really appreciate that. All of you in the chat to help us know. Delta Asaba. Asaba is one of the most beautiful places in Niger. Cleanest too, one of the cleanest. You could say it has become a mess of late since the movie industry moved down there. A lot is going on there. But that's why I don't want to say much about that. We have a show to talk about, topics to discuss about our beloved football club. But more importantly, I do hope you're all doing well. We have a total of 46 people watching, and out of the 46 people, 21 on YouTube. The rest on X. We appreciate you all. But quickly, for those of you following the show on X, if you don't mind, we please can you please take a second and drop a like on the stream for us, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We'd really appreciate that. Yep, the likes do go along with the likes that trigger the YouTube algorithm, a signal. Yeah, people are following the show, and then force it in turn will force it to push the stream to more people who'd be interested in the topics we have lined up. But that's by the way, we have Wycliffe here saying, oh, okay, 4:16 p.m. from Kenya, which means you guys are, is it 2 hours ahead? Yeah, around 2 hours ahead of Niger people. But Kenya people, my people, everywhere, wherever you are in the world, as long as you're a Chelsea fan, your family. I appreciate you. I have a lot of Kenyan fans, friends and fans, Chelsea fans too here in the US, but they live in Jersey. I no longer live in Jersey. And the boy is from Lagos Island. Make I no can call you Ajibota, right? I no go call you Ajibota. But much love to you. 11:16 p.m. Australia. Wow. That's for Dante. Okay, let's see. More likes, people, more likes. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. And without wasting much of your time, we will get into addressing the items we have lined up. Yes, again, I can start the show right now, 6 a.m., which is usually the time that you hear me saying, okay, I gotta go help my boys get ready for school. But the truth remains, it's morning, and the boys are all home with me, and my wife with the newborn. It's not gonna be easy for her to take care of everything. I get my in-laws are here, but sometimes the boy wouldn't listen except if I'm there. But that's by the way, I have Dante on the panel, the captain of the house. Dante, I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning. I hope you're doing well. I know it's evening for you. And let me explain something. We're still experimenting with the timing of the evening shows to find the most suitable time. But I think I think that's never going to be accurate until we stream consistently at a particular given time during evenings to find out when people will be available to attend. Blue Money Show will still be there. We just need help. And we have JC in the house. JC, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Did you go for the did I go for the England final? I feel what am I gonna say here? I think give me 1 second. I feel insulted. You guys were laughing at England. I don't know why I didn't start a fight in the group. I just do not know why. As an England fan, I should have revolted. I should have made my voice heard and not just sit and listen to you guys slate a team I support. I'm not from England, but I support England. It has been like that since my childhood. But maybe because of my love for Chelsea, and I don't know. But I will find a way and I'll get back at you guys. Yes, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. And without wasting much of your time, let's start addressing the items we have lined up. And if we get through them quickly, then yeah, we can talk about something else. And the first item here talks about Ricardo Cafiori to Arsenal for 40 million plus of 5 million euros. That's cheap actually, because that should be 30 plus million pounds in add-ons and selling clause, according to Fabrizio Romano on playback. But this, I don't see anything. I don't see. Here we go. There, not bad. But he didn't reveal the percentage of the selling clause. Bologna having there. So that's, I think, Vincent's most important aspect of this particular report is that there's a selling clause, and I think that's him looking out for our beloved club, Chelsea Football Club. We did. I think I'm gonna say this. Bookmark this if you're watching this, whether you're an Arsenal fan or a Chelsea fan. I think I get it. Cafiori is a good player, But I think Renato Vega will do even better in the Premier League. I think he has a better passing range, which was why we didn't really push to sign Cafiori. We went for Vega, no selling clause, nothing. We got the deal done for cheap, and that's huge in my opinion. But I'm not going to complain too much. So Cafiori to Arsenal, I'm not complaining. Some Chelsea fans are unhappy that Arsenal signed him, but you've known that's a selling clause there. And I've seen people, I'm not sure, I can't confirm whether that's the case, say he gets injured quite a lot, but I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to end up saying Renato Vega will, in the long run, prove to be a better player for the Premier League. But Dante, if you're there, if you have anything to add to that, they've signed him. Finally, it looks like they got the deal over the line. It was difficult. I'm not going to wish the player bad luck. I'm just going to go with, I think we signed a better player in Renato Viega. No selling clause, nothing. And for the price we paid for him, he's an excellent player. He can play as a DM, as a CM, left back, left wing back, and as an inverted full left back. I think it's an excellent deal for us. So let's hear you, Dante. Big up to you and good evening to you, given that it's evening there in Australia.
Yeah, big up, coach. Big up,
Big up.
chat. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Hope you're well as well. Everything going well with the family and the in-laws. No problems with the in-laws. Yeah, California. Yeah.
Sorry, I missed that one. What did you say?
I said I hope. Hopefully, it's all good with the in-laws. No problems.
They do help. Yeah, but go ahead. But if I'm not there to say,
So
hey,
that's a yes.
yeah, exactly. Sit there. Nobody listen.
A
They
little
don't
yes,
listen. But
yeah.
go ahead.
They can be difficult sometimes, in-laws,
Hmm.
unfortunately, but that's just how life is, unfortunately. Mine are the same, so then that's not a problem. Fabrizio Romano, like an hour ago, he posted, I was just watching it right before I came on the show, just explaining the California deal. Actually, quite surprised that they got him that cheap, actually.
They were asking for 50, right?
I really don't understand why they didn't leave it 50 or even 60, to be honest. They would have got it. Arsenal would have paid that money 100%. They need a
But
left back.
here's why I don't think. Uh, um, no, I don't think it makes sense. It's a risk. Would it be a risk? That's because the other two Arsenal are the only clubs interested in signing him.
Yeah, but
You
he is a
yeah, but
wanted
go ahead.
player.
What you were
Like, he's
saying?
not a wanted player. And let's not forget, Bologna have to pay half their fees going to another team, Basel, I think it is.
Which you could argue was the reason why they were asking for more.
Yeah, so really, them making 20 million, it's not much on a player of that quality, in my opinion.
Hmm.
I think they should have asked for much more. He's an international. He's played really well. He was one of the probably behind Cucurella. He was probably the best left back when he played behind Cucurella. So he was that important to that Italian team. So yeah, I think they should have asked for a lot more money. I think they would have got it. They would have got an extra 10 million easily out of Arsenal. But look, they accepted it in the end. It is what it is. Yeah, Fabrizio Romano was saying that he signed mostly because of Arteta. Arteta apparently has a bit of a relationship with him. Spoke to him on the phone for quite a bit. He's the one that convinced him to come to Arsenal. He's the reason why he chose Arsenal. Arteta is that reason. He made it pretty clear. So, look, it's a good get for them. I would have liked him for Chelsea because I am a fan of him. How he can play those roles. But like I was saying on our last stream, I think our team is backing Cucurella as the number one. So they
Hmm.
decided to stick with Cucurella to be our number one, and hence we got Vega as a backup. Sorry, not backup. Sorry, to compete. I know you don't like that backup word, but to compete.
I mean,
And
that's me.
yeah, you hate backup, I know. Yeah, to compete with Cucurella, but really Cucurella is the number one. They're backing Cucurella to be the number one. So yeah, look, it's a great signing for Arsenal. That will improve them. That was one of their weak areas. I think that was one of their major weaknesses, actually, the left back. They just have not got it right. They had Tierney, they had Zinchenko, and Zinchenko's been all over the place. That's where most of their goals came from that left hand side, the right attacking side of opposition. So look, that's a strength they needed to strengthen, and they have. That's good for them. Only one downside we know to Caliafori is that he's and when I was looking into him, is his injury record. He tends to get touched up a little bit. He's a physical guy, but he gets injured quite a lot, physical contact injuries. So he's a step up as well. So when you say Renato Vega, probably I tend to agree. He's already a big, strong guy, so he should be.
Yeah, here's something I wanted to say. Maybe I think the demand for the player dictates how much the club gets in terms of fee, and I think there weren't too many clubs interested in signing Cafiori. It was just Chelsea and Arsenal at the time. We didn't hear anything about any other club, and Chelsea fans were all hyped about him, and we didn't even know that the club were looking to sign. We didn't even know that the club were looking to sign Renato Vega. For me, I think it's a good signing. I think we've met the better signing, but the future would tell. In my opinion, just remember I said that. And JC here says, big up brother John. Where's brother John? I haven't seen him today. Did I miss it? I hope he has recovered well. Was he sick? How was I not paying attention? John was unwell during your last stream, but Spain have won since then. I hope he's okay. Okay, now I get it. I hope he's okay too. John Hand. I don't remember him being in the last one. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. To me, I thought coach trying to dodge that. No, not trying to dodge anything. I hate to say it, but Arsenal will just go up in that trajectory. We'll see. Again, I get it. Arsenal take time to click properly, but I think given that we didn't make too many changes, we're not going to make too many changes this window. Plus the team, we could see towards the end of the season started to click, started to play more like a unit. I think we'll do a lot better this year, and I think we'll finish in the top four. And remember, I told you that. Shanks is here, and you know what to do. But keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. We're going to switch to the presentation window and move on to the next item. If we get through the items we have lined up, and there isn't much to talk about, we will still go to the next item. So yeah, let's go. And the second item here talks about Chelsea and Napoli are currently in talks over a deal for Romelu Lukaku. Rumors are that Napoli are looking to pay a lot less than Chelsea's asking price, which is around £25 million or so, and we won 35 plus. But the owners, given what I know so far, they don't budge. They have, I think it's a clause actually. It's a clause. And in my opinion, if Napoli, if they're trying to get that reduced, I don't see that happening. The owners, they've proven that if they want a certain amount for a particular player, they get it or forget it. I don't know whether the risk is worth it because Lukaku is the type of person, given my observation of him since he joined Chelsea, or maybe how you could say when he speaks about the club since that interview, he speaks as if someone that's looking to find a way to get a revenge on Chelsea fans and the club. I don't know, but that's just my opinion anyway. But Lukaku to Napoli, it could happen. The question is, are we looking to get Victor Osimhen in return? Because yeah, we've heard clearly the Napoli unwilling to will not again be willing to let Osimhen go if they don't sell Romelu Lukaku. So Osimhen, you can say Lukaku's future depends. Lukaku's potentially joining Napoli depends on whether Osimhen leaves. And we've heard also that PSG are also interested in Victor Osimhen, but they're not going to really push to sign him except if they lose one of their hybrid strikers that they have in Moani. There's more. There's the one they signed, I think, was it from the Portuguese international? I can't quite remember his name. They have about 3 hybrid number 9s. Well, let's see what happens, Dante. I don't know if you have anything to say about Lukaku's potential move to Napoli and whether that could lead to us getting Osimhen, or do you still think Osimhen isn't coming to Chelsea? But I've seen a lot of outlets and people suggest that we're still interested in signing him, but his salary is an issue. But let's hear you.
Yeah, look, I don't think we should lower the price, especially not for Napoli. If they want him, they should pay what we're asking. And they do need to sell Osimhen first, though. So that 100% what you said, They need to sell Osimhen first. That's the only way they can get this deal done. And if they do sell Osimhen, they are gonna have quite a bit of money, and then we'll be able to buy Lukaku no problem. But the key here, that domino needs to fall. Osimhen needs to go either to PSG, looking like it, maybe Saudi, but I doubt it, and obviously us as well. I think we're still interested. There was reports that we have an offer on the table. If it's pretty much one of those, if they take it, they take it. If not, we got other options. So yeah, we don't know what the sums are, what's involved in that offer, but there is an offer on the table. So yeah, look, it's one of those that I think is going to drag out. Unfortunately, it's going to drag out to
Mhm.
right at the end of the transfer window, unless PSG make a move quickly and just go and get Osimhen. But otherwise, I think it's going to drag on for quite a while, because we're going to try to hold for a higher price for Lukaku. And even if we do want Osimhen, I think we're going to take quite a while with that one as well. So yeah, I think this could drag out for quite a long time.
It could drag out. And again, do you see PSG paying anything north of 70 million pounds? I don't think so either. I know he did well in France before moving to Napoli. And plus his injury record, I think PSG will consider those factors and probably won't pay that much. In all honesty, and I'm gonna say this, even if he eventually joins PSG, what I know of Luis Enrique, I don't think he's you can say typical profile of number 9 that I know he would like to play with. But go ahead with what you were saying. Sorry for cutting you off.
No, that's all right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not really his type of striker, really, to be honest. So that could be the club more wanting to buy Osimhen as just to make a bit of a marquee signing, big name, sponsorship sales, blah blah blah. That could be that as well. Maybe he's not too sure on him, but we don't know exactly. I think if they would have wanted him already, they would have bought him already. In my opinion, they would have put the money down. I don't think they have a problem with money, especially after Mbappe's gone. I think they would have already just bought him, made a big offer already. Not quite what Napoli want, but a very close offer. I think they would have made it, and he would have been a PSG player by now. So that's not the case. I think, yeah, PSG don't really muck around. They pretty much go in, high salary, high fee. They don't care. They just pay it. They go and they buy the player they want. Because they haven't done that
Yeah.
yet, there could be some doubts there. Yeah.
And just quickly, while we're still talking about PSG, Ugarte comes to mind. Some Chelsea fans, I think it was our last stream. One of them was Kimso complaining that look at Ugarte going to Manchester United, and I told them he barely played in France under Luis Enrique, who complained that couldn't progress the ball properly as he wanted. I don't know why Chelsea fans are regretting that he's going to United. If he does
Kimso
well,
seems
fine.
any other player
Yeah, go
that
ahead.
United or Arsenal or anyone signs, Kimso says, "Oh my God, we missed out on that player. Why didn't we get that player?" When we sign a
Mhm.
player, he's all right. He's not that bad. We shouldn't have got him. But as soon as I saw Man United sign that Zerki kid and Lenny Yoro, he was so upset that why didn't we sign them? We're failing. Why didn't we sign them? I'm like, if we signed them, you'd have just said, yeah, they're all right. We should have gone for someone else. He's a
Yeah,
funny one. So
absolutely.
he likes to do that. It looks like quite a lot. He's never happy, unfortunately.
Yeah, but for me, Ugarte isn't a miss.
It's not a
And
miss, no,
again,
especially with the salary he
yeah.
was on. It was 70% higher salary than we offered him. A massive salary. So looks like he hardly played. He didn't fit into the system too well. He hardly played, and he it was a bust basically. He didn't play hardly at all. So they 1 year on, they're moving him. So Man United have come in to get him. So they're going to have to pay that salary. It's quite a high salary. So not sure how they're doing that. They're restructuring the deal maybe, because we know they're not into paying.
Maybe he's accepting a pay cut, maybe because he
Oh,
wants to be
PSG
playing.
might be paying some of this salary, because I don't see Man United paying such a big salary like they did before. The
Mhm.
new philosophy is the same as us. They don't want to pay massive wages to players that are not proven, or yeah. So I don't know how that deal's working. We'll have to see. But they're pretty much got him pretty close. But yeah, we have to see what's the wage there, because that'll be interesting to see exactly what that wage is.
Yep, just give me a second, people. I'll get back to you. Let me share this. Give me 1 second here. Owate, I wanted us to sign him, but I learned quite a lot. No, at PSG, no. No, it's been again. It was a disaster for him. Lucho criticized them publicly. Didn't even hide anything. Yeah, he humiliated. You could argue it was a humiliation from Luis Enrique himself. Just give me 1 second. I'll be with you guys. Let me share this quickly.
Yeah, something obviously happened behind the scenes that we don't know about. Something happened personally
Maybe,
between
but
them two.
Lucha's comments that were with regards to his playing ability, his inability to again to progress the ball in, I think, in certain situations. But go ahead with what you were saying.
It's just the way he said it as well. It was a bit like, yeah, it's like he didn't have any feeling toward him. Like he's like, yeah, he's kind of not listening. He's basically saying he's not listening to what I'm telling him. So stuff him, whatever. I'm gonna put it. He's gonna stay on the sidelines. Basically, pretty much what he said. So, obviously they had a misunderstanding of something, and who knows what happened behind the scenes. But
Yeah.
look, it didn't work out at all. We'll see how that happens. What happens in Manchester? We'll see how he goes there. Look, they need a defensive midfielder. Obviously, they need a couple of defensive midfielders, to be honest. So they've got one now. So we'll see how he goes there. But if he didn't really suit, I watched him at PSG. I watched maybe 2 matches I saw him play. The ones he played, he just, I don't know. He doesn't look like, he's just passes sideways, like to pass sideways back. He wasn't very
And
strong.
Lucha is not the sort of manager that tolerates that.
No, and he wasn't very strong on the ball. Like he was, so he could get physically outplayed in the Premier League a little bit there. If he hasn't got he's not strong like that and goes in hard. I think that was one of the criticisms as well. He was just a bit too soft as well on the ball. So yeah, he could struggle or he could be good, but the higher chances that he's going to really struggle in the Premier League, in my opinion.
We will find out. And Wycliffe Barrows is saying that I feel like there will be another surprise signing under the radar, possibly. Again, don't lower the price, but Dante, did you ever say that Napoli shouldn't lower the price? I don't know. Vic is accusing you there. And we have, okay, just saying hello to Vic. And Ty is in the house. So Ty, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning. And let's go, people. Yes, more likes. The more likes we garner, the more the YouTube algorithm will be triggered. And for those of you who are following the show, and for one reason or the other, you're not able to participate in the chat, just know that we appreciate you. And that's because you watching alone does go a long way. But we want to ask you for one favor, one tiny bitty favor, which is to take a second and drop a like on the stream for us. The likes do go a long way. So thank you there, Ty, for triggering that command. And you know what command to trigger. You don't even need to ask me. Yep, ask him. Yes, JC, big up. Are you in any boring meetings today? Probably he's back from vacation and no longer enjoying himself. Big up to you too, Jay, the 2 a.m. guy. Jay, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Sincerely do appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning. Legend Ty is in the house. Yeah, let's go. And Chimez Edwin, their Igbo brother, they're saying, I don't see Osimhen going to PSG. They have Kolo Muani and Gonzalo Ramos was the name I was looking for. I think we're missing one more. We're missing 1 or 2 more, actually. But I can't, off the top of my head, I can't get them all out. The truth is that Chelsea cannot win our transfer window. I'd rather us win on the pitch, not the transfer window. Yeah, because I don't think we actually need too many signings. We're done. If we get a goalkeeper better than Sanchez and Petrovic, we will be better. But we'll get to the goalkeeper discussion in a bit. The truth is that Chelsea cannot win all transfer window. But without a salary cap, I believe we would have gotten our first choice winger targets. Yep, there are lots of players out there that we could have already by now signed, sealed, and they'd be training with all the players we have at Chelsea. But yeah, there's an issue. There's the PSR, there's FFP, and also the salary cap thing. Is it into effect already? I remember, again, when we first discussed it here, but I don't know whether it's into effect. Yes, people keep dropping the likes on the stream. People, yep, J2AM guy is here. And Andrew Phillips is saying if Napoli sign Lukaku before selling Osimhen, they will milk the life out of PSG. Does that make sense? If they sign Lukaku before selling Osimhen, I don't know. I think everything comes down to how many clubs that are interested in signing Osimhen, and it doesn't look like the Saudis are pushing to sign him right now. In all honesty, coach has been streaming at odd hours. So I can be at the beach during what time? Okay, we're trying to sort out the timing thing. Yeah, we're trying to sort out the timing thing. People go and check out Ty's YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe. Let's help him get to 5K subscribers as soon as possible. I know he will get there as long as he has the time, but his situation can be frustrating. But I have a solution in mind that I'll talk with him due to the monetization thing. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. I appreciate you all. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up. Romelu Lukaku to Napoli. Let's see if that happens. I'm still going to say this, even if he ends up going to PSG. I'm going to say, what's his name? Osimhen ends up going to PSG. I don't think he is Lucha's type of player, in my opinion. Let's see anything else. I think I see a bro. It's not like I missed him. But I'm not going to say anything else. And the blue to forget is in the house. Big up to you, brother. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning. And he says, big up, coach. United still have Ten Hag. The only race that will be in is a race to fix that roof of before. Let me see that before the next downpour. I hope Manuel Urate and Lenny Yorubu and Lenny Yorubu. Wow. I've packed their swimming trunks. I didn't know their roof. They had an issue with the roof. Dante, you aware of that?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they don't you remember the videos? Last couple of home games of the season, the water was running down the aisles down the stadium. They have a big problem with water. It's flooded this whole stadium.
I missed it. But I hope they know about it and they're ready for it. But Yoruba, wow. Big up to you too. Let's see. And he says, you missed me. No, I don't. Look at you. You're trying to be important, right? No,
Sorry,
I
man.
missed
I
you,
missed
bro.
you,
Just a
Blue.
smile.
I
But
missed
always
him.
nice to see you. Go ahead, Dante. You were saying
I
something.
missed him. I missed him a lot. It's good to have him back to the H Club. No problem. I missed you, buddy. Good to have you back.
Really? You just have to put me to shame in public, right? Because we're talking about the Bluetooth game. And the next item talks about let's see this before. I think that shouldn't come first. That should be the second one here. This one comes first. Where's the first item? Yeah, this one is important. So this one here talks about Maresca in a meeting with the Chelsea board, and that's according to Fabrizio Romano. So that's serious. In a meeting with the Chelsea board, recently told them that he wants another goalkeeper to compete with number one Robert Sanchez. It looks like clearly Sanchez is going to start the season as number one. A goalkeeper who's good with his distribution. And I remember, was it 3 weeks ago, I put out a post saying I compared them. It turns out actually, even though they played nearly equal amount of games, I can't remember who played more than who, but the disparity between the number of games that they've each played isn't that much. And I was saying Sanchez actually distribution wise looks like he did better than Petrovic, which was why I brought up when we talked about him the other day. I said actually he has a better number, and I said okay, given that here's if you compare them to Sanchez lacks where Petrovic does well, and Petrovic lacks where Sanchez does well. And I concluded that was by saying Chelsea may well need to go for another goalkeeper, or the need to go for an all-rounded, a well-rounded goalkeeper, and it looks like that's the case here. And I don't think we'd hear the manager say, yeah, and if the goalkeeper comes in, he's going to become the number one. But chances are we'd be looking for a much better goalkeeper that can actually come in and become the number one. And whoever becomes number two out of Petrovic or Sanchez, I don't know. I've always known we were going to go for a goalkeeper. But Dante, let's hear you. What do you make of this report?
Yeah, I've been saying it all along that none of these goalkeepers are suited for the way Maresca plays. They're just not good enough on the ball. I know JC kept
Mm,
saying that Sanchez is really good on the ball and he'll be starting. He'll be the number one. But as you can see, Maresca's had a look at him for a bit now, for a week and a half, and he's not terribly impressed with what he's doing on the ball, obviously. So I knew we were looking for one, and this definitely confirms that we're looking for a ball playing goalkeeper, and we need one. It's a very, very important. It's a key position for his type of football. Um, I mean, we don't need to spend a lot of money on a goalkeeper that he's asking for, because
mm.
there's not that many out there that can do that. For example, the keeper at Leicester City, he's Leicester City goalkeeper. He wouldn't be expensive, but he was able to do that at a pretty good level. So he would be an option. The one I like the most is Valles from Spain. He's a very rare
Who
talent that he
is
can
it
play with his
pronounced?
left.
Violence or the one that's spelled like it's Vels? But I know the one I've heard
Yeah,
us talk about
Valles.
him before. But go
Yeah,
ahead.
from Spain.
Hmm.
He's a very rare breed because he can play with his left foot and right foot, and you don't see that in goalkeepers. They usually have a left foot or a right foot. He has a bit of both, so that's very rare, and that would be a very, very big asset to have. So if we can, he's got a 25 million release clause as well, so he would be perfect in my opinion for the way he plays. But yeah, we have to sign a goalkeeper um, that plays really well with the ball.
No, no, you say
Sanchez,
that
I'm not
that
a
that
fan of. I'm
provides
not a fan
what?
of how he plays with the
Yeah,
ball.
go
People
ahead.
say that he's better than Petrovic. The way I look at it, I would still choose Petrovic over Sanchez. The way he plays the ball, in my opinion,
And I,
because
and
he's
I
just
can
so
tell you why
slow.
I think that's the case because you think Sanchez panics on the ball.
He panics, but he's also very slow to switch feet, to switch the ball to his other foot. He's like in slow motion. He's very slow. He is big, so it is because of his physical, how he is. He's very tall as well. Uh, Petrovic can do that much quicker and just moves the ball on very quickly. So I actually would prefer Petrovic over him. But yeah, look, yeah, we'll see what happens.
But you know, you're well acquainted with the fact that numbers say um, Sanchez has done better.
Yeah, because he passes the ball longer and he takes risks. But if he was my keeper, I would choose Petrovic. He moves the ball very quickly. He passes it, and if there's something not right, he'll just boot it away. He'll clear it or hit it away. Uh, yeah, so that's why he's got a bit better numbers than Petrovic. But Petrovic is a much safer option. And when there's going to be two more outlets, let's not forget he's going to have two more outlets to pass the ball to. There'll be two more people in that area where he can pass the ball to. It's a different type of system. So when there's two more outlets to pass, you don't have to boot the ball out. Same goes to Sanchez, but the problem with Sanchez is very slow at moving the ball, and he's got brain lapses. He looks up, then he has to look down at his feet where the ball is, and then he has to look up again. That's something that takes time, and that's why he gets caught out all the time. Petrovic does not do that. He actually does need to look down at his feet. He's pretty good at that. He moves the ball very quickly. So just it's my personal opinion. I would go for Petrovic over him.
A lot,
But yeah.
here's the thing. A lot of Chelsea fans are basing their judgment of that eye test wise. For me, I'm going with what the numbers tell me and what I've always suspected. And if I'm going by eye test alone, I say Petrovic. He did well. They both have what they do better than each other. But we'll get to that in a bit. Just give me 1 second. I will catch up with what we have in the chat, and I'll come back and we will get Jesse's opinion. Here's the thing. My opinion of this particular report. This part that says to compete with Robert Sanchez, in my opinion, I think that the Chelsea will be looking for a much better goalkeeper. I've always said, irrespective of what we think of them both, I think we need a much better goalkeeper than two of them. But that's by the way. Let's move on. Let's see what else we have here. This one here says, again, the H place. Yep, I'm not reading that one. It's been on the screen for a while. What's your prediction for Chelsea for all competition this coming season? I think we will host a show on that. We will do that. So week left, don't worry. Learned coach is now the president. No, I'm not. Never a part of the H place. You guys should organize your home as you dim fit and don't get me involved. Don't want. We can now have Sanchez as number one. that is okay. Let's see. You're one of those going by what you think, your perception of how you think again he is as number one this season. May I remind everyone of the Arsenal game where he got two assists. The Declan Rice one was particularly epic. And even though I think Heston, everything comes down to the manager, and we're hearing Sanchez is going to start the season as number one. And if that's really truly the case, nobody changes that. And I'm inclined to go with him starting the season, given that number shows he's done better. But I'm not the manager. I'm just glad we're looking to sign another goalkeeper. And I've always known the two of them, for me, we can do better than both. But here you're saying, let's see, season. Okay, may I remind you? Yeah, you've said that the Declan Rice one was epic. And we have Vicky saying Petrovic is the goalkeeper that doesn't suit Maresca, not Sanchez, even though Sanchez is in the top goalkeeper. Okay, he will be the number one next season. If we're going by what we have right now, okay, it's time for Coach and Dante to tell us who they prefer Chelsea to sign for the post. We'll get there. There are lots of options. I don't want Mamardashvili. We've talked about that here. We've gone to the extent of explaining that he's not good enough on the ball. We know that he's an excellent shot stopper, but that's not exactly what we're looking for. And even I think Fabrizio Romano himself has confirmed that's the case. We didn't need him to tell us the day we had that conversation that Mamardashvili isn't the guy. I think it was only Bobby on the day that said maybe Mamardashvili forget the ball playing thing. And we told him we cannot forget that, because we have to talk about what the manager wants. Sanchez is Kepa, but with longer arms. Wow. Man says he prefers Petrovic playing with his feet. Yeah, he's entitled to his opinion. I pick Alvaro, is it Valis? Is that how you pronounce it? Ahead of anyone. Let's see the goalkeeper would go for. How many times has Sanchez nearly given fans and I'm going to say this. We've talked about this before. I think it was and Roger at the time. To his defense, he was rusty before we signed him. And I'm quite sure we can all remember that. To his defense, that's not me saying he should be the goalkeeper starting. You know my opinion. We need a much better goalkeeper than both. You got my opinion. Now, at the time, he was rusty. He hadn't played for a while before joining us. And he hadn't been on the bench for us for a few games, and Kepa left. And you could argue wasn't match ready. And the truth remains, we all did agree at the time that the more games he played, the better he looked. I get it, but giving away the ball thing was a lot of issue at the time, and that could have happened for a multitude of reasons. That's just me. You can say trying to be objective here. That could have been because we didn't have proper team chemistry at the time, leading to his teammates not creating more passing lanes for him. But when Petrovic came in, I felt like, yeah, maybe he's the better in terms of you have more confidence of him not giving away the ball on the ball whenever he's on the ball. But the argument was coming, but he was putting it forward all the time. Diogo Costa wouldn't be a bad purchase, but would he want to come to Chelsea, and can we afford him? I don't know. Mamardashvili, no. In terms of his ability on the ball, he's not even close, in my opinion. We've talked about that. But Wally Waldo, nice to see. I hope you're doing well. There's no way Maresca will play Petrovic over Sanchez. No way Petrovic cannot do what Maresca wants. And perfect for Maresca ball, in my opinion. Let's see. Signing a new coach comes at the cost of signing certain players only suitable for him. And Madrid have eliminated this problem by only signing top-tier ballers, adaptable and versatility tactically. Wow, some comments. Mendy got slandered for less than this. Mendy, I think a lot of people don't give him enough credit, given how good he was on the ball. I'm not saying he's excellent on the ball, but at one point, something happened at a time where you can argue he was averaging 1 error per game. Then it should be Diogo Costa's first choice, in my opinion. Let's see what the club does. A keeper's first priority is to stop shot, to have 100% passing accuracy, or we might all sign KDB. I think I like this one. I mean, that would be the ideal thing would be to prioritize a goalkeeper who can stop the ball from going into the net. But here's where that's a problem. Managers these days have preferences, and we have to bear that in mind as we go for players. Unfortunately, things have changed, whether you like it or not. How come Real rate Kepa highly than us? It's not about rating him. Whether the manager rates him or not, Kepa, I think he's become enemy of the people. The fans wouldn't welcome him remaining at the club. And plus, his salary is an issue, and I don't think he takes a pay cut. And I don't see the club saying, okay, come, let's talk about a new contract and we'll give you a pay rise. No, that will never happen. Maresca saw Petrovic. Petrovic bought the situation and said, I need him out. That may well be the case. You don't know. The case may well not be to find, again, may well be to find a competition for Robert Sanchez, and at the same time find a goalkeeper that's better than that's capable of starting over both. I need him out next. He's going to witness a Jackson's finish, and as for Harvey Pence, we will find out. But that's by the way. So let's hear you here. Let's hear you, JC. Your opinion on the matter. You've seen the news, according to Fabrizio Romano, that Maresca, in a meeting with the Chelsea board, recently told them that he wants another goalkeeper. I'm not going to pay attention to the part where he says to compete with the number one Robert Sanchez. I get it. Robert Sanchez may well start as as number one in the coming season. I think we're learning that that's going to be the case. But JC, your opinion, what do you make of the report? We're going to get to the goalkeepers we're being linked with and what's being said.
Yeah, hi coach. Hi Dante. Hello everybody.
Hi, big up to you too. Yeah.
So I will start where Dante started the same way. Start with the news and then give the explanation and the reality. So the news came out.
Are you losing your voice too? Do you have cold?
No. It's just like a different. I have a different phone right now. I'm trying with the phone, but is it audible?
Okay. Yeah, it is. It is good. The sound is good. I'm just saying your voice sounds like you have cold.
No. I'm just trying to do some little bit of calmness because I need to tackle this question step by step, like peel the layers of all the assumptions that people have in their heads. So I need to get more methodical and get going about it step by step. So starting with the news. So starting with the news that Chelsea are looking for a new goalkeeper. People are saying that it took Maresca 2 weeks to realize Petrovic was not good enough. Well, no. If that was the case, we would be looking to send Petrovic. Sanchez was not good enough. But if that was the case, we would have been hearing that Chelsea wants to send out Sanchez. The reality is, with the way Maresca plays, that type of team football, Petrovic is no competition to Sanchez. We need a competition for Sanchez. Petrovic is not good enough for even competing with Sanchez. So we are hearing that Petrovic might be sent away. And to be honest, when Maresca joined, and I heard his very first few comments or interview somewhere where he mentioned like his idea of backline is like goalkeeper is an integral part of the backline. He wants more in that direction from the goalkeeper. And the moment I heard that, the first thing came to my mind was, it's either Kepa or Sanchez. Petrovic is nowhere near. Because Dante was saying that Petrovic passes. Petrovic never passes. He hoofs the ball. Because he's scared. He's not comfortable on the ball. And that's why it was a safer option. As in terms of shot stopping, they are all more or less equal, I would say. But on ball, I don't blame Sanchez for those first 10 games. Well, to be honest, even if you look at first 10 games, nobody was good enough. Even Caicedo wasn't good enough. And there was no team structure in place. So you look at one place where to pass to, there is nobody. Then you look at the other side, there's nobody. You're losing time, but there is no backline comfortable on the ball. I mean, to be honest, Silva was not playing very regularly on those days. And neither was Chalobah. And if you look, Colwell was like somewhere like in the left back position or somewhere. So we had Disasi, not very much dribbler, you could say. He didn't have options. And if you address the once again, 1,000 times I say, go and watch the goal of Declan Rice. He was 5 yards behind Gallagher when the ball was sent towards Gallagher. And Gallagher, all he needed was to be switched on and make one touch. If he cannot control the ball himself and take care of Rice, he just needs to one touch tap in, and Enzo is in front of him. But he was sleeping. Rice just stole the ball. He ran 5 yards faster, took the ball from him and shot. So it was not only, I would say, Sanchez's fault. It was partly also Gallagher and partly also Poch to blame for that. So do I make judgment that Sanchez is bad? No way. We will see now. And having competition is good thing. That will bring out the best in all of them.
No, not
But
a
if
bad thing at all in any way.
yeah, and if you really want a backline with goalkeeper as an integral part of your backline, I don't think Petrovic is very comfortable at the moment. He will improve because he is an excellent goalkeeper. I'm not saying Petrovic is a fantastic goalkeeper, but he maybe with the structure, even Petrovic might be even better. We are yet to see it. But I think Maresca has seen something in last 2-3 weeks, and that's why he's saying like he wants competition for Sanchez. And that's the reality. The competition for Sanchez, Petrovic as a competition for Sanchez is not good enough. That's the fact which is coming out and not what people are making out.
All right, Histon. Irrespective of where we all, again, each stand on this, the truth remains, it's all our respective opinions, and whatever happens, we'll find out by the time the season starts. But I'm leaning towards seeing Sanchez start him over Petrovic for reasons, for me, in my opinion, that are obvious. But if I had to choose,
can I quickly also very quickly? But I would also say is another side is Petrovic is a fantastic goalkeeper, and there can be another reason, very good argument, is you don't bench Petrovic. Petrovic is so good that he should not be sitting on the bench for the whole year. We need him to be playing as well, and that's why Chelsea is looking for a solution for him. Because so that he is ready, just in case this year doesn't go well with Sanchez, then Petrovic comes back and takes over. That's another way to look at it.
I understand what you're saying. The best, they can both are good goalkeepers, but we can do better than both, in my opinion. And Heston, and I think you did respond to that post where I put out where I said something to the effect of where one lacks, the other does well. Where the other one lacks, one does well, and that we need a more well-rounded rounded goalkeeper than both. Yes, then I get your argument, and I'm inclined to believe, Sanchez starts over him by the time the season starts, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. And given good analysis there, by the way, given the fact that numbers also show that Sanchez, he overall their time at Chelsea, he's done better than Petrovic. I think that the manager will pay attention to that. But I'm going to tell you, Chelsea will be looking for a goalkeeper. Then when that goalkeeper comes in my opinion, will be starting over both. Because
Diego Costa, certainly. Somebody like Diego Costa straight away walks into the starting number 1 position. But also, coach, if you look like Maresca also has been the student of what you call this City guy, Pep. And if you remember, first year of Pep, he had a poor goalkeeper who played only with his feet. But never during the year, never ever Pep accepted the fact that that is a weak point and he's a bad keeper, because goalkeepers need confidence. And even if Sanchez is making mistakes or it's a call which the manager makes and he lives by it, but he needs to give confidence to the goalkeeper. I mean, we had Mendy. The moment his confidence left, he became a very bad goalkeeper because the crowds were not helping him either. Goalkeepers need confidence because mistakes will happen. Every goalkeeper makes mistakes. Every striker also makes misses. Just like that, goalkeepers also make mistakes. But the confidence is a very elementary thing for them to perform so that they are not nervous. And we need to support whatever is the decision. Because with the goalkeeper
We
thing, this
can,
is
I mean,
all.
whether we like it or not, the manager will do what he wants, irrespective of whether he ends up
Yeah,
starting
yeah,
Petrovic or starting Sanchez. Nobody can change that.
exactly. And Maresca will choose one of two good. Both of them are good. One of the two good goalkeepers. He would ideally like to have both playing games. Chelsea would like both of them to be playing games regularly because Petrovic is too good to be sitting on the bench. But if the system says like it is Sanchez, then you have to give confidence also to the Sanchez and find a goalkeeper who can compete, give some push Sanchez a little bit, but not like he's now number one or that other guy. You remember how it was at Arsenal when this guy Arteta brought in another goalkeeper, and there were two number ones, and then there was all the time all this mess going on. No, normally teams do not have two number ones because goalkeepers need confidence.
Totally understand, which is why it is difficult to believe everything we're hearing that the manager said this, said that. There is some truth to it. We've always known we need a much better goalkeeper than both. But some comment you could say, use our common sense. The manager isn't going to come out and say one goalkeeper isn't good enough for him or not. That's how I like to see that. But we'll see what happens. I think we can all put two and two together and come to a sensible conclusion. Dante, I'll come back to you to see if you have anything else to say with regards to this particular topic before we start looking at the goalkeepers we've been linked with. And I'm happy that we talked about Mamardashvili before and ended the discussion that, yeah, Vic, one of those most vocal on the day, ended that particular discussion. And you two, Dante, said no, he's not the sort of goalkeeper Maresca needs. But Bobby was the one saying as long as he can stop the ball going into the net, we tell him, yeah, you have to consider how the manager likes to operate. What has happened to my camera is still there. So this reads
But
how
to be
many
honest,
Sanchez errors.
Coach, to
Sorry?
be honest, both of them in terms of shot stopping, they are equal, I would say. And Petrovic is like a little bit more safer. Yes, he hoofs the ball. And there were some games like you could see his teammates saying like, "Why are you hoofing the ball?" Come on. But he is safer. He takes a safer approach, but that does not mean that's a bad thing. But it's just like the style of play. So both of them are good. But if we are getting,
Maybe because we weren't properly rehearsed at the time, or maybe the manager asked him not to take too much risks. We don't
yeah,
know. Yeah.
yeah.
So I'll come back to you in a bit, Dante. Just give me a few seconds here. How many Sanchez errors led to goals or shots on target less than Ederson that we have talked about? Houston. I don't think that's a good argument to start. I think you're not going to win that argument. Why? Because the truth remains, irrespective of the fact that I agree, he actually overall did better than Petrovic. Given I think Petrovic ended up playing more games, and that was
It's
one of
more
those
than the
games.
statistics.
Yeah,
It's more
and
than
that
the
was one of
statistics.
those.
You could also say is how many set piece goals we conceded once Sanchez was benched. Because Sanchez comes out to collect balls. But that does
Yeah,
not mean Petrovic is bad in that. It's a
yeah,
structure problem. It's a problem of
yeah.
the
I'm
coaching.
telling
It
you.
was yeah. It's not the goalkeeper
My
problem
point in
alone.
this argument. Here's my point in this argument that Vic has brought up. There is that if we're going by how many times we conceded from his errors, you could say I will bring up the argument that it could have been more. That we were lucky teams didn't punish us. But that's not me saying. At the same time, I'll tell you, yeah, I'm leaning towards him being the starting goalkeeper. If we'll have just the two of them, given the way he operates and the way Petrovic operates. Petrovic naturally comes across as a more relaxed on the ball, if you paid attention, in my opinion. But I've taken my time to think about it before. I think the last time we talked about it, I was saying, yeah, even actually numbers say that, yeah, Sanchez has done better than both. But that's, by the way, let's see. Waldo here saying, I think if Diogo Costa wants to come to Chelsea, I honestly think he'd take a Sanchez's spot instantly. And I think JC agrees with that, and I agree with that. He hates okay, before coming being the keeper who's solely responsible for dropping points against Arsenal alone is equal to 10 games without a clean sheet. Wow, that's the Chelsea fan in you speaking. You're not speaking objectively there. As much as no, I don't like you. Why would I say as much as I love you? Fact, Petrovic is no competition for Sanchez and Maresca's football. Okay. Let's see what we have here. A good goalkeeper is worth 15 points per season. Do you know where that would put us in the table in the last two seasons? Great analysis there. Wow, civil war within the H place. There's always the room for improvement. Scientists may be more confident than last season and could perform better, especially now that he has the backing of Maresca. And who told you he does? There's no way to tell. But common sense, given again, like I said, given the numbers and what I know of, both goalkeepers, you could argue common sense says, yeah, he will most likely be starting over Petrovic, but we'll find out. None of us have had a conversation with the manager. We'll find out by the time the season starts. Backline goalkeeper, a sweeper keeper. Sanchez isn't a sweeper keeper. Neither is Petrovic. Let's be real. Heston, I'm just gonna leave you that. I've done my research, and I said in that post on X that Chelsea needs a more well-rounded goalkeeper. Diogo Costa, whether we'd get him, I don't know. Whether the price would be an issue or salary demands, I don't know. Whether he would want to come to us, I don't know. And Tobago, big up to you, Tobago. Nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We have 82 people watching and 35 of those on YouTube. The rest on X. And if you're following the show on X, please kindly do us a favor. Take a second, like the video, share to help us reach more people, and also follow our X account so that you don't miss it whenever we go live. And then there's more likes, people, more likes, 34 likes. We should be doing much better than that. Let's see what else we have here. Coach, I said this before. Maybe we'll bring a mature goalkeeper to mentor the keeper that remains, and it would break, and it wouldn't break the bank. Neuer, De Gea, etc. You think Neuer comes to Chelsea? I don't think so. De Gea, maybe. You've reached 500 subscribers. Congratulations, or more. Let's help him get more and get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. That will go a long way. I see Petrovic going out on loan. I don't think so. I think he stays. But I think we'd like to, maybe if we sign another goalkeeper, I don't know. I'm not sure what's going to happen. We will find out. And here's the thing, the two goalkeepers we're talking about, none of them starts for their respective national teams. And some people on X are already using that to judge or to come to the conclusion that they're both not good enough for Chelsea. I don't think that's the case. But yeah, I'm just giving you an example of how people judge that. And people go check out Tabeho's YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and let him know I sent you. JC, if you say one more thing that I agree with, I'm taking you to Romania. Oh my goodness. Okay, Dante, anything else you want to say with regards to that particular report before we move on?
Yeah, look, like I said, all off season, we need a keeper. It's a very important position for a week to realize that we do need another keeper, because these keepers are just not up to the level that he wants them to be at and play the way he wants them to. So let's know Sanchez was there at training from the start. I think Petrovic came back a little bit late, if I remember. He cut his holiday short to come back a little bit early as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, but just to put this straight, I don't think there's a number one keeper at the moment. Maresca hasn't made a decision. Sanchez is number one, Petrovic is number two. That can't be decided yet because he hasn't had enough time with him, to be honest. So I don't think that's true how he says there that Maresca's ever said that Sanchez is number one. I have not seen that anywhere, and that's just an assumption. I can't say that. There's no way he would have just said that Sanchez is my number one already without actually seeing the keepers for a while. So I don't believe that's the case. I know Vic is saying there, JC's opinion, I still would prefer Petrovic over Sanchez, but that's just my personal opinion, how I like my keeper to play the ball quickly and move it quickly, not dwell on the ball and think 100 times before he moves the ball on. Shot stopping, yeah, they're pretty much the same. Petrovic is a little bit quicker because he's shorter, so he's much quicker. He gets down much better. Yeah, but overall, if I was to choose a keeper, I would choose Petrovic overall as a keeper over Sanchez. That's just my personal opinion. and
But the
who I
truth
would
remains, it's the
prefer.
manager's decision to make.
This is all down to the manager, exactly what he wants. But yeah, we definitely do need a solid number one that can do what I said, that can play with his feet, can be a sweeper keeper, can he join the defense if he has to and pass the ball properly to really, really make the most of the system. You need that. So look, Diego Costa, everyone's saying, yeah, but he's got a £60 million release clause. If we don't pay that, we're not getting him. So I don't see us paying Diego Costa £60 million for a keeper. He's on very low wages. Yeah, I know he's around 25k a week. He's not on high wages. He's very
What?
low wages. He is very short. That's one of the problems with Diego Costa. He's only 6 foot, I
He's on
think.
how
6
much?
foot one.
25K?
Yeah, he's on 25k a week. Yeah, he's very little. He hasn't got much of a salary. But Porto have just locked him up under that big contract with the big release clause, because that's what the Portuguese teams are very good at doing. So it's pretty much, if someone wants to pay his release clause, 64 million. I'm pretty sure it's 60 million pounds or 59 million pounds, which is 64 million euros, I think, or something like that. Yeah, someone needs to pay that release clause to get him. And I really don't see us paying that to get him. Salary is not a problem. It would be easily to double his salary, even triple his salary. It's not the salary, it's that 60 million. And Porto said they're not budging. If anyone wants him, they have to come and pay that release clause. So do you see us paying that release clause to get someone like that, coach?
It depends on our priority, and I don't know our priority right now. I have to be honest. Everything comes down how important that position is for the manager. And it turns out, for me, in my opinion, given everything we've heard and what we're currently hearing, the goalkeeping position is the manager's probably one of the most important. In other areas, you could say we're good. I think I'm one of those that said I wouldn't mind if we don't sign any number 9 going into the season. And it turns and given the way Maresca likes to play, I don't think it would be a good risk to spend that much money on Osimhen and not being not playing with a target man, but playing with a fluid approach. It just doesn't make sense. So everything comes down to how important that position is to the manager. I don't know the priority, honestly.
It's come out pretty quickly from Maresca. If he actually said that, we don't know if he's actually said that. Vince, that source is saying he said that, but I don't know if we really did say that. We're never sure with these.
There's no way to confirm, but you can only make sense of everything we're hearing.
Yeah, look, if he said that and he says he needs one, it's a vital, like I kept saying all off season, it's a vital position for his system, which that's why I kept on saying to go for Valles, because it's very, very important, that type of keeper. Diego Costa, he's good on the ball, but again, he's not exceptional on the ball. He's just good. He's your good to average on the ball. He's 6'1", I think 6 feet or 6'1". He's very short keeper, Diego Costa. He's not bad on the ball, but he's not exceptional on the ball. Again, that much money for someone that's not, he's pretty much got to have it all for that type of price for us to be paying, in my opinion. But and that's why there's only that Alvaro Valles. I say he's 25 million euro release clause. He's perfect for the system, but I don't know if we're looking at him or not. We were linked to him at the start of the off season. But I don't know what's happening there. So yeah, more news will come out shortly. But yeah, very much, it's a very important position. Like I kept saying,
I think it's clear.
Yeah, he did say that. Maresca did say that. I think I can look for a video or somewhere also would be available. He did say that, like, a goalkeeper is a very important position for him in the sense, in the build-up and in defense. He considers goalkeeper as an integral part of the backline.
He didn't say what Vince was saying there. He didn't say that. He never said Sanchez is my number one, and he never said that.
No. I'm saying is he said, like, his goalkeeper has to be the integral part of the backline.
Exactly.
That is to be
remember that video where he explained
with his feet as well, contributing in the build-up with his feet and everything like that.
100%. That's why I said it. It's critical. It's a very critical position for him. We need to be getting a goalkeeper. That's why I kept saying.
That suits probably more like somebody who's better with his feet. I mean, and comfortable.
He's got to be an all-round keeper, but he's got to be exceptional with his feet. Yeah, I mean, all keepers are going to be pretty good because they're keepers, but with their feet, it's a very rare bunch. There's not many
But it's
that
a
are good
good
to
discussion. It's a good discussion, but this also shows like what I am expecting from our team this season is not like a super high running and like breakneck pace running and fast. It's more about control, like keeping
control.
the
Yeah.
ball.
Jesse, you
Keeping
seem
the
to
ball.
find it difficult to move from your ex.
You,
Yeah.
yeah. You can say that if Pep does not feel offended about that.
Yeah. Let's not talk
Our
about too many
ex,
balls,
to
coach.
say correctly, our ex. I don't think we've moved on from him. We thought we moved on, and then boom, Casado said what he said, and everybody
Okay.
started. Yeah,
I thought you
it's
were talking about Pep football style, like
No,
for Maresca, like he's moved on from Pep style, but like it's the
no.
partnership is broken, but the style is still there.
no. What you mentioned reminded me of our ex. We thought we'd moved on to say something, and then we thought we moved on, and then players started saying how they like the new manager, and then every time something will happen that brings our ex to mind. But let me catch up with what we have in the
But I
chat
think
here.
also we should have IB on the discussion panel for these kind of discussions also.
Mm,
Unfortunately, our ex will always be in the discussions.
it
He was
will,
at Chelsea,
yeah.
so he's always gonna, especially, he's gonna get a lot of comparison from a lot of our fan base this season.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I agree. I think I agree. And wait, guys, I'm sure Sanchez had a fallout with his coach at Brighton. What really happened, I don't know. Again, everything we've heard, all speculations. We went there. I don't know. Some said he had an issue with the club's hierarchy and not with the manager himself. I don't know which one to believe. Can anyone, until he speaks for himself, can anyone remind me why? I don't know. Honestly, I've done my best there. That being said, coach, we got to back the manager and his choice because he is okay because this is what he will be judged on come the end of the season. Yep. So you have to, if you're going to judge him come the end of the season, you have to let him make choices that are best for his preferred approach to the game so that we can achieve results. Tiki Tiger football incoming. Let's hope these players that got Poch sacked or can adapt. I wouldn't say they got him sacked. But I'm not want to get into that argument. You see, every time you try to move on from your ex, something happens. It's not even like we had children with our ex. All right.
Can we move on from this?
I don't want to. Funny, funny thing is, Costa isn't that expensive, coach. His wages is 24K a week, and his release clause is 64 million. But that's a lot. And Zola 25, Diego Costa is a match winner. It's worth it. But would the manager want him? I don't know. Edson of Man City, they rejected an offer for him from Saudi Arabia. But do I think we can afford him? I don't think so. Salary wise, and even probably how much Man City would be willing to sell him. I don't think we can afford him. Okay, let's see what else you have here. I see us paying that. To be honest, it's not even that high to say how expensive our players are these days. Yeah, the market was saturated. I think is that the language I'm looking for. Maresca needs to convince Ben Roberts, the global goalkeeper coordinator, and Sanchez's friends that Sanchez is not the number one. I don't think he needs to convince them. If he decides that Sanchez isn't the one, he will say it. If he decides that Petrovic isn't good enough to compete with Sanchez, it's up to him. And some believes that that's the case. And Tobias is saying, yes, coach, that position is very important for Enzo Matesca. Yeah, we're having a good conversation here. Thank you for confirming. Let's see what else we have here. Those facts being presented about Costa, it still doesn't guarantee he's going to be a success here. We can only speculate and hope. What is obtainable at the moment is that those we have can be better. That gives us hope. And here's the thing, again, every player you sign comes with some measure of risk. Even if you sign Ronaldo, Messi, they do come with some measure of risk. And you don't know, again, whether they succeed at your club or not until they join and play for one season. Because the truth remains, irrespective of how good you are, when you move to another league, you'd have to adapt to that league. When you move to a manager who approaches the game uh, uh, differently from the previous manager you played under, you'd have to adapt to. When a player moves to a new club, a few things need to fall into place for that player to start firing on us, and the adaptation period
Yeah,
to the manager's approach to the league. And there are other factors too. The manager's willingness in some cases to tweak or to adjust the way they approach the game to make it easier for the player to start firing an Arsenal and that. Just see what you're saying something.
yeah. I wanted to tap in also not only footballing and the cultural reasons, but also like you have to know what the interviews you are giving when you are moving to another team. I mean, we just finished a discussion about Willie Mammoth. Everything was sort of okay, but then you still also are giving interviews and things like that, so you never know what comes out. so so yeah, I mean, there are a lot of factors, a lot of risks, and one interview can change the whole career and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, well, one interview can make a whole lot of difference. Dante, the Vallis guy, can you talk about him? Waldo is asking is that how you pronounce it? Vallis, right? I knew nothing about him until we started seeing news that we were interested in signing him. I think that was let's say 2 months ago. Dante, can you talk more about him, his abilities, if you know him that well? And I think we have to compare goalkeepers, but we don't have to do that now until we're sure that we're looking at certain goalkeepers, then it makes sense to start comparing them to realize which of the goalkeepers is better for us, or you can say more suitable to the manager's preferred approach. But let's hear you, Dante.
Yeah, Valles is
Is that how
6
you
foot.
pronounce it? Valles?
Valles, yeah, Valles.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, 6'3", so he's a similar height to Petrovic. Not too tall, not too small. He's like in that medium range, which is what you want for a keeper. Not too tall, not too. But yeah, number one's attribute, can play with his both feet very well. Left foot, right foot. He joins in defense. He can even join in the defense. That is that good with the ball. So he's a very good ball playing goalkeeper. Shot stopping's good. He's not a Courtois level type of shot stopper, but he's a I would say probably just around a bit above average goal shot stopper. So that's
How
perfect.
tall
So
is
for
he?
me, he is a little bit more mature. I think he just turned 26. I think he turned 26
And
now.
height?
Height is 6'3". Yeah,
Oh,
6'3". Yeah.
he's a giant.
That's not tall. That's short for a goalkeeper, actually.
Really?
So Diego Costa's 6'1". So actually, Diego Costa's it's shorter than him by 2 inches. Diego Costa. So that's your average for a keeper is around 6'3". That's your average for a keeper. The bigger keepers like Mamardashvili, he's 6'6". Sanchez, I think, is 6'5", 6'5" as well. So they're very, very tall. Yeah. But yeah. Valles, he's 6'3". Like I said, above average shot stopper, but extremely good with the ball, like almost like an extra player defender, and that's why I see him as a perfect sort of addition to the squad to play Maresca's style. His system just perfectly well. He'll fill in like a glove, in my opinion. So yeah, there's not too much more about him, but yeah, he's 26 now. I think he was 25. He turned 26 now, I think. So he's on the more mature side, which is good. He's one of those that is he too old for a keeper? That's pretty young for a goalkeeper. But would we sign him? We've shown that we've signed 26-year-old now, so 25, 26-year-old. So we might go a little bit over 25, 26 the max. If he was older, probably not. But yeah, salary is not a problem. Obviously, he's on low salaries. He's got a 25 million euro release clause, which is what, 22, 21 million pounds or something like that. So he's affordable. He's I think he won the Rising, the best goalkeeper in Spain's in this La Liga, like the Rising sort of the best next big goalkeeper award. He won that. He had a really good season. So yeah, look, he's a very good goalkeeper, a good all round goalkeeper, but exceptional for the system that we need. So yeah.
But nothing indicates that we're interested in signing
We
him
were
right now.
linked with him at the start of the
Yeah.
window. Apparently, we were considering looking at his release clause. Maybe they went and talked to him and he didn't want to leave. Maybe he's going somewhere else. We don't know that, but we did show interest at the start. We were quite a bit all over him. So I don't know. It's cool. It completely cooled off. Maybe the player's not interested in the move. A lot of them aren't. So it just depends. So yeah, I'm not sure what's happened there. Why we've cooled off on him. But we were definitely interested in him. Apparently, we were ready to go and play the release clause, no problem. So I'm not sure what happened. Yeah, so I haven't heard much more since then. But we still kind of stopped looking at goalkeepers at that time for a while. We went on to other signings. And now it looks like we're back at goalkeepers again. So we'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah, we went and see.
Mamardashvili, this goalkeeper, everybody keeps bringing him up, but a lot of people I see in the chat and that were saying that we should get him. He's the best goalkeeper. Coachella is better with his feet than this goalkeeper. That's how good he is with the ball. So,
Wow. Wow. Go ahead, DC. Mm, mm.
Might not be thinking that manner. And if we have three top end goalkeepers, it's a good thing. But you can't have two of them sitting on the bench for sure. So they are looking for somebody for the competition. So my guess is like they will get somebody with another potential, a young guy with the potential to be
I
pushing in
wouldn't doubt
country.
that. I wouldn't disagree with you on that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
But here's the thing.
And let Kepa
Bento
go.
was there.
Yeah, so Kepa goes. One of
Mm,
these two goes for a loan, and then get a young potential understudy.
yeah. Yeah, and why we didn't go for Bento? I think he's gone to Saudi Arabia right now. The up and coming Brazilian goalkeeper, is he Saudi? I think he's Saudi Arabia. And the money they paid there, he didn't even consider coming to Europe for Champions League football. Correct me if I'm wrong. Bento, he's gone to Saudi Arabia. And this is the biggest lesson I've learned so far. I remember I was taught how to pronounce Cucurella because I used to say Cucurella. So now this is the secret. LL is pronounced, double L is pronounced as Y in Spanish. Wow. So it's pronounced Alvaro Vargas. Yes. Wow. Okay. Thank you for that. Valiance would pronounce. Okay, I'm done with. I'm done with the classes now. Dante, that was a very polite way to say Coach sucks at football. But I'm not sure what else to say, but I will get back to you. I will definitely revenge. But thank you. Wow. Okay, I'm not saying anything. So this particular report here, that's
that was a
Vince.
compliment, coach. Come on, that was a compliment. You're better with ball. You're better with balls than that guy.
Hey, that's another aspect. I have a dirty mind. Apologies, but I'm not gonna talk about that right now. This is I'm gonna pause. I want to go to heaven, really. So this says I am hearing names like Giorgi Mamardashvili. He's a good goalkeeper, but not the profile Chelsea are looking for. And thank goodness, JC, Dante, a lot of people in the chat, Vic, one of those, more importantly, in the chat, we had this conversation and we all agreed. It was during the Euros. We agreed that as good as he's, again, as he is as a shot stopper, he's nowhere close to what we know that Enzo Matesca is looking for. Because Enzo Matesca, the way I did put it on the day was that he's looking for a goalkeeper. He's not just looking for a goalkeeper that's good on the ball, but a goalkeeper that you could argue that exceptional on the ball. And Mamardashvili isn't close to that. And look at Fabrizio Romano saying here, I am hearing names like Giorgi Mamardashvili. He's a good goalkeeper, but not the profile Chelsea are looking for. That's a giveaway. The second part of this sentence. He's a good goalkeeper, but not the profile that Chelsea are looking for. And thank goodness we were sensible enough. We know our manager well enough to know that, our new manager well enough to know that Mamardashvili, as good as he is, isn't the goalkeeper for him. It turns out that's the case. And this is not saying clearly it's because of the fee or his salary, but clearly not the profile that the manager is looking for. So we won that argument. We worked as a unit there. Nobody disagreed. I think we have about 6 goalkeepers in total, but how many here? The third goalkeeper, I think, will always be there because he counts as homegrown. I think they're just going to keep him there. And it doesn't look like he cares. Bettinelli, right? I think he's just there for the salary right now. Pause. Coach, do you mean to tell me after all those tappings, you still haven't learned to use your left foot? I'm not saying anything to you. I don't have your time. I don't like you, and I don't want to talk with you. I'm not kidding. Just leave me, just leave me the heck alone, please.
Can I read
Oh
his
my goodness.
messages?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, so that he's comfortable, that his messages will be read. If coach is not comfortable, I will read your messages. Yes.
I'm not gonna say anything. No, I don't know
I,
why
and I
he's
will not.
here.
I will not
He's
spin
usually at
anything,
work. Go ahead.
and I can guarantee there will be no spin added or no to the tap-ins.
Oh, okay, I get it. I know why it's not good to start this show towards this time
Coach
because
will
he's not
read them
gonna be at
anyway. He'll
work.
just read.
And
He'll keep reading till he gets to the last word, and realize, oh, I just read that out. He always does that.
I learned the hard way. I should tell you the sort of comment that I read. I read one day. I think the class was on the panel. I'm not gonna say it here. I will send it to you to. Yeah, send it in the group so you two can see what I read before I learned the hard way on that day. And I asked, did I actually read that out? And the class went, "You read it out, and you read it really slowly too." I learned the hard way that I have to. I saw somebody do it to me, and I was sending him a message. Don't read that, because I already saw it. Um, and he learned to. Okay, you're no match for a midfield duo of JC. Yeah, I know, beautiful game, and Dante. All of you together against me, but I will always win. One way or the other, I will skip the comments. So let's move on to the next item we have lined up here. The next one here reads pending. It turns out this was absolute horse dung, this particular comment on the screen. But before I do that, it says, I just hope they put their eyes on fine players this time who doesn't need another who doesn't need another average for a push, because it's looking as though we need another set of players to push the entire first 11. I disagree. I think in terms of the squad overall, we're good. Maybe a goalkeeper again in the profile that the manager is looking for. I think we're good, actually, in my opinion. I still say a lot of stuff that happened last season was down to the manager at the time. I'm not saying EX again, not knowing what he was going to do with the squad. But this one here reads that pending confirmation, Lunin is close to signing for Chelsea. According to Alberto Pereiro, it turns out this was absolute horse dung. I don't know whether to believe this. Lunin, I've heard before he's looking to leave Real Madrid, and that's because our former goalkeeper, Belgium, former Belgium international, in Thibaut Courtois. He's recovered, and Lunin don't get a chance as long as Courtois is fit. So whether we're seriously interested about him, I don't know his profile that well. Honestly, I need to see more. But Dante, how well do you know Lunin? And if you're in the chat, how well do you know Lunin? Is he a goalkeeper you would like to see at Chelsea? Let's hear you. But Dante, let's hear you.
No, not good enough for
Maresca ball?
Yeah, no, not good enough for that. I mean, he's probably like probably even worse than a Petrovic, to be honest. He's not that good with the ball. He's a good shot stopper, very quick, great reflexes, very good, but he's not for possession. He doesn't really pass the ball much and hold the ball up. He's not good with his feet. Yeah, he wouldn't suit the style. He's a great goalkeeper, but he's a rising star, but he's not for what we're looking for. If that's what we're looking for possession keeper that can play with both his feet, with the ball really well, that he's not it. Especially watching him in the Euros when we played Ukraine, played Romania in that first game. Yeah, he was he was not good at all. Like
Would you say
he's
really just like
goals.
Courtois, or am I the only one that thinks that Courtois isn't that good on the ball?
Courtois is not that good on the ball. He's probably a little bit better than Courtois. He's better than Courtois, I think. Yeah, probably is. Problem Courtois, again, he's very tall. He's very lanky, very slow to move the ball. But he's obviously an exceptional goalkeeper. The rest of the stuff, but Madrid don't need him for that. They don't need him for possession ball. They don't need him for that. So that doesn't really matter for Madrid too much. Yeah, look, Lunin, I think, is just it's just a rumor because he is leaving. He needs to leave apparently out of Real Madrid. They're looking to move him on.
Because he wants to be started.
So the rumor is that Kepa is going back on loan and we're buying him. But no, I don't see why we would go for him. It doesn't make sense. So just another one of those rumors again.
Yeah, Jesse, were you saying something?
No. I also, I don't have seen. I've not seen enough of his games to make a judgment, and I don't think he was like a first starter for Ukraine even, but he did well when Courtois was injured. But
did well, yeah. Kepa took over, then Kepa got dropped, and then he took over. Because Kepa made a couple of mistakes, and then he took over, and he's a much better goalkeeper than Kepa.
Yeah, he proves to be the better goalkeeper than
reflexes.
Kepa. Yeah.
So that's why he's suited well. Like Courtois.
Sorry.
He's not. Yeah, he's not.
Go ahead, Dante. I didn't know you were still speaking.
Yeah, not with the ball. I'm just saying he's not good with the ball. Not good enough for what we're looking. We've got players. He's like a Sanchez level with the ball, same as Sanchez. So no point buying a keeper like that. We've already got one like that.
The little amount of games I saw, I don't think he's that well with the ball. I don't think Sanchez is even comparable to him. So, but he's to be honest, I mean, we do not need this average level of goalkeepers. We already have enough goalkeepers. So I don't see why we should be going after him. And he will not be a starter here. So what's the point in exchanging?
Well, I think we're going for a keeper because we don't have that single profile. We haven't got a ball-playing goalkeeper. I know you keep saying that Sanchez. You think Sanchez is, but he's not to that level of a profile.
Maybe the argument is how good is the goalkeeper?
Yeah, we want at least one goalkeeper. At least
you will be surprised. You will be surprised. We will see. Sanchez plays with the ball. He's good. Yeah,
we will see.
JC, the coach apparently just said it that he wants a number one. He wants a number one over. So he's looked at Sanchez. He's not impressed with Sanchez. He's not up to it. He wants a number one. Yeah, Sanchez can be a backup, but not. He wants a proper number one that can play really well with the feet, which tells you that Sanchez is not that good.
You mean Maresca is asking for that?
Yes.
No.
That's what the report said.
Which report?
We don't have to believe the report.
We don't have to believe it, but That's what the
No,
report
has
said.
there been? I do not know. I missed something then maybe because uh,
Bring it up, coach. You
the
had it
report
notes.
is like to push Sanchez. Then pushing Sanchez means not starting over Sanchez.
Yeah, if we're going by the report says
Yeah.
you want to see the report again.
Put it up, yeah. Show JC. He
Yeah,
probably
if we're
missed it at
going
the
by
start.
the report says only the report mentions specifically what the manager is looking for is competition
Yeah.
for Sanchez. That's exactly what let's read it again. It says Maresca in a meeting with the board recently told them, that is if we are to believe this, recently
Yeah.
told them that he wants another goalkeeper to compete with number one. Clearly says number one goalkeeper here, Robert Sanchez. And I said there's no way to tell this is the case. But if we're going by the report, it's just to be competition for Sanchez, and not, it didn't say specifically that he can play with his feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would say he's not, in my opinion, he's not good enough with his feet. Again, the question would be, he's a ball playing goalkeeper, but how good is he with his feet? I don't know.
If we're
I,
looking
For
I
for
would
me
say
goal,
not
personally,
good
coach, I would say if I have to recommend, like 10 games is too small to make a judgment for his passing ability. Moreover, in a stupid structure as Poch had. So, but
JC.
otherwise, if
Sorry,
you look, the ball control and everything, he has it. He has it.
JC. But we're not. I'm not basing it on 10 games. I'm basing it on what he did at Brighton as well. He got dropped for that exact reason. He got dropped for exactly
Uh,
the same reason. He could not play out from the back properly for De Zerbi. He got dropped.
I've not seen enough of Brighton games, so I will not be able to.
Here's the thing, irrespective of what we individually think of the situation, I think everything comes down to how do I phrase it again?
How Maresca
We'll
is doing.
find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the season, we'll find out. Let's just leave it
Yeah.
at that. It's this thing to decide. And then we'll learn. I think we'll learn a lot of lessons even on the what's his name, under Mauricio Pochettino, when some were arguing that Gallagher gets dropped, and some were saying if you're unpaying attention, he's the manager's most important player. It doesn't matter whether what's his name, whether Latvia comes back and we have more numbers in that area, that he still be starting. And now I think we're learning a lot that will, if you're trying to make sense of you can say how we used to live with our former manager that, yeah, truthfully, Gallagher was his most important player at the time, irrespective of what you think of Gallagher. And to me, he's not even, I don't hate him, but he's not my favorite Chelsea player, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Solin and Mudryk need a push. Jackson needs Sanchez and Petrovic both need. All our defenders need. Our left back need. Okay, we might as well need another EPL club to push us for the season. And that may well be the case. So, which keeper on the market is good on the ball? Edson of Man City, he's on the market, but I don't know what to make of the fact that Man City rejected the bid from the Saudis, and I don't think we can afford Edson. I don't think so. Salary wise, we can, even if it's a free agent. I'd say I don't know Varias. I don't know Varias very well. I need to do my research. Diego Costa is the only goalkeeper that comes to mind. I wouldn't advise us to go for the former Manchester United goalkeeper. But let me just move on. Petrovic is better than Lunin on the ball, but Lunin is better than Thibaut on the ball. Dante, don't you think you're overrating Petrovic? He's entitled to his opinion. I don't want to rate them. I don't know who's better and who isn't, but I've always known that Thibaut Courtois isn't really good. Let me just use really good on the ball. I think he's a good shot stopper overall. Then it means Petrovic is all we need, going by what Dante just said. Wow, Dante, you have enemies in the chat, and I'm like,
I never said that. I keep saying from the start of off season that we need a proper number one goalkeeper that can play with the ball at his feet.
That's
So I don't
Sanchez.
know where he
He's the
got
one.
that one from.
we will find out. No need to fight over it. We will find out. Sanchez is better on the ball than Diogo Costa. Really? I didn't know. Petrovic, Onana, and various past statistics. Wow.
Coach, can I just
And
say
I'm a
something?
numbers person.
Vic, that was his partner at the barbecues, the after party barbecues for Poch. He used to have the sausages with Sanchez all the time at the back.
No,
So that's his friend.
let me cover for Vic here a little bit. Dante, what you are saying is based on your eye test, as you say, and looking at Sanchez individually only, like him taking more time. What you are not looking is the shape of the team at that time. You are also not looking at whether he has any openings, and you are also not looking at is under pressure he has the capability to control the ball. That is fantastic. Now, if you put a proper
Come on,
structure, he will
JC.
be balling out.
Come
But
on,
you are
JC.
looking as a instant moment under the pressure with no structure around. That's what you call your eye test. And I say your eye is only looking at one person in one situation, not looking at the team sport as a shape of the on the pitch, and looking at the moment, the pressure, what is going on. So you are ignoring those facts. So
I'm not ignoring those facts.
coming in for Vic and saying it, if there is a proper structure, we might see a different Sanchez. I also say we might even see a different Gallagher in the new system. We have to
Okay.
see and let it go. But
Yeah,
on
yeah.
on those actions, when you look at all those areas, you can easily say with his feet, Petrovic is not that bad, good as Sanchez. And we are being real here with the players which we have right now.
When you say that, are you looking at statistics or you're saying that by the eye test?
But you've been
Which one?
arguing with your eyes tests, and I am saying your eye tests weaknesses.
All
No,
right,
no,
let's
no.
see what the
Sorry.
manager does.
Yeah, I
Let's
disagree
see.
with that. I think Petrovic is much better
Uh,
at moving the ball quicker and passing the ball. He's much better at
So
that.
to whom, if there is no structure?
Body
all right,
You're
shape is
not
here's
looking
better.
at the field, you're
It's
looking at
better.
one person.
here's the
Yeah,
thing. Let's leave the
it's
argument. Well, let's find out what the manager does at the end when the season comes. And again, let's see. For instance, we have was Kalita saying, let's not talk about the incident. I really want to move on from whatever happened a
big up,
few
Vic.
days ago. More importantly, I'll tell people he's apologizing to his teammates, and hopefully the club will sort it out. And I believe they will sort it out. Again, they will address the situation, and I think him and his teammates will actually move on quicker than the fans will. But that's by the way we're moving from that. What I want to say, I've heard Carlito say that Enzo Fernandez will not be started. He's not good enough for the Premier League. I think Roger was another person that said that he's just too slow for the Premier League. And I was telling them, if you're saying he's too slow for the Premier League, remember he's an intelligent player. Everything comes down to structure. We go back to structure again. We go back to talking about our former manager. I can say the EX thing again. How the structure was an issue at the time, how he was playing the player. You could say not starting the right players in the right positions and all that. Listen, we'll find out. Chances are, yeah, Kalita will be correct. The manager will prefer to start Romelu Lavia under Enzo Fernandez. We'll see. We'll find out. But let's move on from that. Big up to you too, Willie Bless. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Yes, Dante, Estella was better suited for De Zerbi than Sanchez. Hence, he was dropped. But Sanchez is better than Petrovic on the ball. Okay, let's see what the manager does. And I'm inclined to believe that's the case. And I have a reason how I can defend them. But that's why we're here to have a conversation. I'd hate it if we all agree that we don't have a show. Wow. They are best of friends now. Look at Vic saying, thank you, JC. Thank you, JC. Check is in the mail. Sanchez is a terrible keeper. Okay, there you go. Dante has somebody here, according to Zubairu. Don't want to. Sanchez is a terrible keeper. Saw him make mistakes after mistakes. Some of the goals he conceded was shocking. Okay. Also, takes longer on the ball and invites pressure. Wow. It looks like you were listening and decided to come and support Dante here. Give me Unai Simon or Mike Mayon. I don't like Mike Mayon. That's just my opinion. Then you can bench Sanchez. Mike Mayon, I don't really like him in my opinion. Mark and Newman's in the house. Big up to you too. I hope you're doing well and I appreciate you. Oh, I forgot. The beautiful game is on the side of Dante. The decision to sack Poch made by the club of psychologists. The board asked this guy just made Gallagher captain, and now he's playing him at left wing. At left wing, is he okay? Is he okay? Listen, I don't like you, and I have a show to host. I'm not here to read the stuff coming from you. I don't want to be party to that. Please leave me alone and move on. Move on
Coach,
from your ex. Yeah.
Coach, one thing can I see? All this discussion about goalkeeper with the feet, playing with the feet, being
Mhm.
part of the integral part of the backline. And all. But there is one thing which is very vital, which everybody has to understand as well, is if you are a midfielder or if you are even a fullback or a centre back and you are under pressure with the ball and there is no other teammate opening up for you and saying give the ball, here's the lane, give me the ball, or then that worst case scenario what you can do is take the ball, go to the byline or take it away from the opponent pressing player. A goalkeeper cannot do that. He has to be within a certain area in front of the goal. And it is very important for him that there are passing lanes if you want him to be passing and being part of integral part of the back line. So if that thing is missing, then the goalkeeper will panic because he cannot leave his position going like in the midfield area. You can ask him to move up a little bit or pass along with the back line work functioning as triangles or something a little bit. But you cannot ask him to be going like a striker or somewhere or going totally out of position that he cannot recover and come back. So being playing with the feet sounds good, everything's fine, but there are still limitations to that. And those limitations are challenged if there is no proper structure for those passing lanes. And that's when you start to say, okay, the goalkeeper is making errors, but he has to have that thing in his mind as well. Like, okay, I mean, I have to pass and he is used to passing, but then if there is no passing lane, then what to do? And in that case, you can say Sanchez might have also hoofed the ball. But then again, I am saying that's why I am coming. He played for just 10 games under Pochettino system. To be judging him with that is premature.
Heston, I did talk about that. I did talk about the defense of both goalkeepers. I think I talked about that when you talked about how Petrovic hoofs the ball in most occasions, and I said, yeah, chances are we weren't properly rehearsed at the time, and there weren't enough passing lanes to make it easy on him because those things matter. Yeah. But we'll see. Everything comes down to what the manager wants. I've read that,
Yeah.
and a weak left boss says here that Sanchez can still be a hit. People learn from their mistakes. Yeah, both can still become as good. I think I agree with you. We'll find out. If I was a defender, I would rather grab the ball with my hands than. I'm not a sinner. I'm not a sinner. Why not say catch?
That's a delicious comment, as you like to say.
Always thinking about meatballs.
Well, no, why not say catch? Why is somebody saying grab? What is this? I think I think he knows what he's doing. I'm gonna remix it. You know what? Okay, if I was a defender, I, I would rather.
I thought he was saying like Sanchez should be going on overlapping runs with Mudrik because he had the pace. We saw the pace.
Why not say catch? Just say catch. I'm dead. I have
Zubair,
a
you got to
show
be
to host.
careful when
What
you talk
is
about
this?
balls and coach. Be careful
No, you're
how
two
you
balls
phrase your
better than not
sentences
me.
when there's balls involved.
All right, I'm gonna try to move. Okay. All right. Star Slayer 34 for saying we don't need another Arsenal from Sanchez. Listen, chances are he's learned from his mistake. And under Maresca, I think he'd have a lot more passing lanes. I think the passing lanes issues were apparent before towards the end of the season, where in most cases, one of our players who have ball and there aren't too many runs. You can say there aren't players coming closer to get the ball from whoever that's was on the ball at the time. But despite the way, let's see, Tamida Olunwa can be saying here to be and that's to be honest, we will just have to get a very good shot stopper with confidence. Let me see, that moved up a bit, so I lost it. With confidence, if we aren't trusting Petrovic and then get our defenders back to their confident best with lesser mistakes. Here's the thing, I think the stronger your defender is, again, the less people will find, because you can say goalkeepers won't have too much of an issue. Yeah, let me just leave it at that. Zubairu, thank you, thank you. That's a bit aggressive, not gonna lie. Zubairu needs to he does needs to chill. The language he uses there, I don't know whether it was deliberate or not, but it was good. Laughter every now and then as the show progresses is good for us. I don't see us getting an ideal goalkeeper who exactly fits into Maresca's style. No one in the market who can give us that exact qualities without a shot stop and limitations. Trust me. I mean, it's usually difficult to find a goalkeeper, a well-rounded goalkeeper. Usually they're lacking one area and excellent in one area. But we're moving from that. We're talking about this particular topic right now, which says that Chelsea want to sign a striker, but waiting to see performances of Nkunku and Jackson. I think they would do well enough, would say, yeah, we don't need one. Nkunku, my concern has always been whether he'd stay fit if he recovers from his injury. He's fit now. I think usually he gets injured even walking into his bathroom, but he's still fit. He's trained for a while and nothing has happened. I hope he stays fit. And the second part of the report reads, let's see the preseason, but Chelsea are still looking for a striker as a potential opportunity for the final 50 days of the summer. Probably this was a day ago, so 49 days from now. Final 50 days of the transfer window, that's according to Fabrizio Romano. Aldonis, again, I'm not sure what to make of this particular report, but let's hear from Dante, and then we go to JC to see what he makes of it. For me, I wouldn't mind if we go into the season without signing a striker. But let's hear you, Dante.
Yeah, look, I'm in the same. I'm thinking the same. We've got Jackson, we've got Nkunku, and I think Nkunku will work wonders in this system as a striker. It's exactly what Maresca likes in a striker. He likes him to drop deep, drop back, and get involved with the play. And then the wingers are the more wide, almost overlapping, attacking, almost like strikers. The actual striker, number 9, he likes him to drop really deep and get involved with the play and mix it with the possession. So Jackson does that very well, and Nkunku does that very well. What we kept saying that we need a different profile of striker. So we need someone that's a bit more physical. We did get the Spanish kid, Gui, or whatever, however you say his name. Come on, how do you say the name, Coach?
Mark Guy.
Guy. That's correct. Guy. So we did get him. He is a physical. He is young though, so it's a different. He's a big kid, but he's strong, but he's still not that strong like a more mature player. But he's quite a physical type of player, but still hasn't got that strength, and he's a bit of a risk. We don't know much about him. How's he going to do? He's there just in case. I don't think they're going to throw him in and play him as the striker. So we don't really need another striker, but if we do, we need someone that's different from the profile we have. So someone that's different from Nkunku, Jackson, and more a proper number 9, just to have that option. And like I was saying, yeah, we're going to play this out till probably the end. We're going to look at the players we have. We're going to see how Nkunku, Jackson, and Guy does, and then make a decision after that if we really truly do need another striker. If not, I can see us not getting a striker and maybe adding another right-footed winger, which we've been told for a long time that we need and we are looking for. And that was clear with the Elise deal as well, that we need another winger. So I think they can bypass the strikers if this works, but it all comes down to health. Of course, in Kuku, Jackson, never know if a player gets injured. So um, it'll all come down to that. But I think Nkunku will have a very important role to play in this team going forward. And I can see him playing that number 9 quite a lot because he'll suit the style exactly that Maresca likes in a striker. If you look at Leicester, he made Vardy. We know Vardy, number 9. He's the one that runs in space, across the balls over the defense, been behind. He told him, no, you cannot play that game anymore. If you want to start, you need to change your game completely and play this way. And he made him in that type of player. He got him to play drop back, be involved with the build up, and he didn't score that many goals. And I keep saying this, in this system, the striker will not score that many goals. It'll be spread out along between all the players. The striker will not score that many goals. I think Vardy he was still the top scorer, but he had, I think, 18 goals, something like that. I can't remember Vardy how many goals he had, but that's in 48. They have a 48 game season in the championship, so a lot more games as well.
It's a
Um,
grueling
yeah, it's a
league.
very long. Yeah, it's
Woo!
10 extra games on. 12 extra games. Or how much of it is on top? No, 10 extra games. So it is a long season, but the goals were very spread out, and that's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see the goals very much spread out in this team as well, because the striker is not the focal point. He's not the man like a proper number 9. He's there to link up the play, spread the ball wide, and put through balls for the wingers when they come in or they stay out really wide, dropping
Mhm.
in behind. So it's different style, and these players suit it much better. And Kuku Jackson suits that style much better. And buying Guy for that extra body and backup. I know you don't like the backup, but he is a bit more of a backup, being as a third choice sort of striker. Um, Look, at least we got that big body in there as well, a different profile as well. So yeah, I I think we're probably gonna try a striker at the end, in sort of the last probably 10 days of the transfer window. If one of them gets injured or they're not linking up well, they're not performing in training, and Maresca sees that we still need another one. Otherwise, I don't see us getting another striker. No, actually, I see us probably getting another winger instead.
Yeah, we moved on from the goalkeeper discussion, but let's see. I'll just get a few there, and I'll get JC's opinion on the striker situation. I prefer a very good shot stopper, and let the playing team do the passing and encourage. But unfortunately, it's not about individual preferences. It's about what the manager wants and how he prefers to approach the game. It's refreshing to see a keeper come flying out of the box. Oh, Neuer is number 1 from that. Edson, very good at it. Or again, flying out of his box to clear the ball when we get a counter. Sanchez waits for the striker to be in the 6-yard box before realizing maybe he could have you could say come out of its line to ensure that we don't concede. Here's the thing: I still go back to this, even though I don't like agreeing with JC. We don't have enough sample size to say that he cannot do that. And except if you followed him during his days at Brighton and you have enough again numbers to say, yeah, that's not his thing. But we'll find out. We don't know who's going to start the season for us, irrespective of what we think of all the goalkeepers we have. But we will learn again a lot once the season starts. Even predicting the lineup will be difficult until a few games into the season that we'll know the manager's preferences and everything. So I agree with you, but I don't think two of them, I'd say, I don't think they're good sweeper keepers. Irrespective of whether we think keeper A is better than keeper B in terms of ball playing ability and vice versa, but sweeper keeping is very critical too. These I'm not reading that for you. But JC, let's hear you the striker situation. If my memory serves me right, I think you were one of those that believe that we actually don't need a striker going into the season. And I think, unfortunately, I agree with you on that one. Um,
Not
that's
that.
because had Jackson been, been clinical last season, I don't think we'd be talking about getting a striker. And the argument, the painful aspect of the argument is that when you hear people talk about us signing the striker, they want us to sign the striker as a point man, and with an approach where once we get to the final third, we'll channel majority of our goal scoring chances through that single individual, so to speak. But let's hear your opinion. That we're still looking. Let me read that report again so that I don't confuse you. Chelsea want to sign a striker, but waiting to see the performances of Nkunku and Jackson. Very important, this aspect. Waiting for. You have to pad the but waiting for to see the performances of Nkunku and Jackson. And the second paragraph reads, let's see the preseason, but Chelsea are still looking for a striker as a potential opportunity for the final 50 days of the season. So, but this, for me, contradicts the first part of the report a bit, because this is sounding as if it's saying, irrespective of how they perform, they're still looking for a striker. So I'm not sure what to make of it. But let's hear you, JC.
Yeah, it's like contradictory and confusing, because they also got this kid from Barcelona. So and they mentioned it clearly, like he goes straight into the squad. So we already have Jackson in the squad. We have Nkunku in the squad. So if they are thinking like those two are, one of them will be also playing at times as a left winger, then we have question marks over Sterling and Modric still out there on like Giroud is still out on their performances last year. So in that sense, maybe, yeah. I mean, if Jackson and Nkunku are playing on the left side a little bit, then probably, yeah, we might go for a striker. But then if they go for a left winger, then we have the numbers there already, so many. And to be honest, like, okay, all strikers miss chances. I mean, Sesko, for example, was mentioned so many times, but if you look at the European Championships, he missed a few key important goals, which might
And
have.
the majority of Chelsea fans started saying, I don't want him.
Yeah. So the fans make judgments and it's, the form can change, the capability has to be there. So I would say, if you judge by the capability, and if Nkunku is able to stay fit this year, the capability and ability is there. So
Yeah, the
and
capability,
if you look
the
at Jackson,
ability, yeah, and the numbers. And we have, but go
yeah.
ahead.
And if you look at Jackson misses, then you also have to look at, like, he still managed a good GA, better than many in the top four teams. So you can statistically say he was not a disaster. So
No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
and it was his first season. I mean, Drogba first season was also like not very exciting, I would say. So it takes time to adjust, and so I really think that it's not a pressing need that the club should be looking, and this new ownership structure. I don't think they are going to spend 150 millions unless it is totally a dire situation, and I don't think it is a dire situation right now. So if there is an opportunity, they will go for it.
And there's a question on the screen while I'm with you before I go to Dante, and I'm sure you can see it. Are they really strikers? They are. The question is, what profile of striker would they again, category of striker type would they fall for? Category of striker would they fall under? Hybrid strikers. We have two of them, and Palmer can fulfill the role of a hybrid striker too. But go ahead, JC. I'll have you answer it your own way.
So I mean, it is very difficult for us to be making judgments, because it will be the manager and the team who will be playing there, and how they will be playing there will be important. We can only start to think and say something when we see what's going on the pitch. The only argument you could say for the risk going without a proper number 9 is, if the system is such and the strikers are, our existing strikers are still not firing, then we have a problem. But at the moment, I mean, we have in our squad, I mean, so many strikers. I mean, and I do not understand like what the plan is, because let's not forget, I mean, the other names as well. You have Washington, who's lost somewhere in the corridors. Then you have Fofana there. You have Broya is still there. The numbers are there. It's a
And whether
bloated
they all
squad.
stay or leave, we don't know.
Yeah, and then also Willie Mammoth is there now, still there. But I think the more business will be on the outgoings than in the incomings. And first, they're still like until end of August. There is still a lot of time. So I assume, like in the near future, the what we will be hearing more is about the outgoings, and then maybe they go for another striker if we have cleared numbers, because the squad is quite big right now.
Yeah. Dante, let's come to you. What's your opinion on the striker situation? And also the question on the screen. I don't know if you. I think I started with Jesse. So let's hear your opinion on the striker situation. Do we really need a striker? Can we do without a striker? And the Bluetooth again asking the question whether we'd consider the players we have right now as strikers. I'd say yes, and they're actually more suitable to the way the manager likes to play. And the striker that people are thinking or maybe would like the club to sign, in my opinion, doesn't suit the manager's approach. But that's not to say if the club gets an opportunity to get him for a good price, they will not, and then expect the manager to make some adjustment to his preferred approach to accommodate the player in question. But let's hear you, Dante, your opinion.
Yeah, well, we just kind of spoke about that already, but
But how about the question? Are they? What would we consider
no,
again?
yeah, no,
Go ahead.
they're not. No, they're not number 9. They're not strikers. No, they're not proper number 9 strikers. No, they're not. Maresca does not use a proper number 9 striker in his system. He
So
doesn't
they
play
are
with a proper number.
strikers, but not traditional number 9s, like more
They're
like
hybrids. They're all
out and
hybrids.
out
Yes,
number 9. Okay, go
correct.
ahead.
They're all hybrid strikers. Yes. So it doesn't really use. It's good to have, obviously, have that option. It's very good to have it. If you're going to have, I mean, look at Pep Guardiola, Manchester City. They've got, he likes to play, he's always liked to play with not really a striker, but then he got Haaland, and what happened? So if you're going to find someone and you find a world-class player, and yeah, you can probably fit him in, and he'll probably fit in himself. It doesn't matter. But I don't think we're at that stage to look for that type of player now, to be honest. I don't think we're going for that type of player at the moment.
So you think the focus should be playing with the sort of players that fits into the manager's approach to make it easier on him? Then later on we could decide to mix it up. And even if that's the case, we have and is it La Masia graduate? What's the Barcelona academy? What's it called? Is it La Masia?
La Mesa, yeah.
La Mesa. We have McGee. McGee, for me, just trust him. Just trust him, because here's the thing: some Chelsea fans don't trust him because it's not one of the biggest names in world football. What do we know? We knew nothing about Lamine Yamal until Xavi started giving him opportunities.
Yeah.
He has the features of a traditional number 9. His hold-up play is excellent. He has pace. He has power. You can't get the ball off him once he decides to shield the ball. And plus, he has a lot more to his game because he can drop deep, control the ball, and participate in the play. But because he's not already Lamine Yamal, people are going to be saying, we need Osimhen. We don't need him. And people haven't even learned how we did our groundwork and signed Cole Palmer. Look how he turned out. A lot of people wanted him or wanted Kudus over him. That's not me saying Kudus is bad. We could have signed them both and they'd still be balling for us. But I have my reasons why I prefer Cole Palmer over Kudus. So my point is, there's a baller in Mark Gee, but a lot of people don't know that. But because it's not already Lamine Yamal, Chelsea is not the place where people will believe that the player will do well until they see it. Just like the Barcelona fans were patient with Lamine Yamal, and he got the exposure he wanted. Look where he is. You could argue he was one of top Spain's top performers. I get that Roger will always be there, but go ahead with what you were saying.
Yep. Well, look, he was an opportunity signing. It was a great opportunity. It was hard to say no. We're always going to sign him.
But how do you think we convinced him to come?
I think we convinced him to come that obviously he was sold on the project, and he said he's going to get some game time. Now they're not going to. You can't throw him in like that. They're not going to put him as the striker and to play every game. You can't. That pressure for an 18. He's only 18, isn't he? How old is he? 18, I think.
18. He's still 18.
Yeah, he's very young. It's a different position
he's
from a
older
winger.
than Lamine Yamal.
It's a different position, coach. Though it's a different type of.
No, but I'm just saying in terms of giving them chances.
Actually, like he's too young. He's coming from the academy. We throw him directly into the first team, and boy, what a player he can turn out to be. So maybe there are
he played first team football for Barcelona too. You know that, right?
Yeah,
he only played a couple of games.
Yeah, he got a goal in the Champions League. Got a goal.
He played in a couple of games to get his debut and get a bit of because they knew they're going to probably lose him, so they had to play him a bit to try to convince him to stay. So they had to play him at the end of the season.
I would say, had Xavi stayed, I think he'd stay. It'd be difficult to get him to leave Barca.
Probably, yeah, exactly, yeah. Gavi would have probably
for
given
me,
him
for me, more pressing question for me right now is these four players I name, and what are we going to do with them? Is like Washington, we have Fofana, we have Broja, and we have Lukaku. Why do we have them?
It's really difficult to say.
I mean, the priority right now should be to get rid of them. Get rid of them, then you can maybe say, okay, we will have another one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think prioritize the outgoings. And I did say last time the last time we streamed it, I did talk about that to an extent where somebody had a question in the chat, and I told them, look, maybe we're not so much in a hurry, excuse me, to decide to facilitate outgoings. Maybe because the manager wants to see most of them. Lukaku is an exception, of course. We know he's definitely leaving. Or chances are we don't want to do anything that will come across the potential buyers as if we're desperate to sell players. And once that happens, they will lowball us, knowing that we're desperate to sell players. But I can't quite really say which one is the case, really. But I think we still facilitate outgoings. The hold up, I don't know why. But before we continue, we have 88 people watching, 20 of those on YouTube, the rest on X, a lot more in X. If you're following the show on X, please kindly do us a favor. Take a second and drop a like on the stream for us to help us kind of more likes. Dante, anything else you want to say before I continue with what we have in the chat?
Yeah, just to finish off on that one. Look, he's an 18-year-old kid. They probably promised him some game time if he's good enough. But you can't rely on him. He's just a signing. He's one of those bonus signings that they took. There was an opportunity there, and they took it. It's a great piece of business, obviously, for that much.
Do you think he has a chance? Let me ask you that question.
Probably not. No, probably not.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. I think he has a chance. Why? Because he's a different profile from the players we have. But if we sign Osimhen today, I'd say that's it. He doesn't have a chance anymore.
Well, that's it exactly.
But
Coach.
if the squad remains as is, so if the squad remains as is right now, he has a chance. Why? He's a different profile from Nkunku, from Nicholas Jackson, from Cole Palmer, all those people capable of playing 100%. In the number 9 area. I think number 9 position.
Then you answer the question basically. We said like Jackson and Nkunku are good if they are fit enough most of the time, and having another striker would be priority if we are if we want to have another profile. So if we have this kid as a profile, then 3 of them I think should be just about enough. If this kid is not totally, just for pure profit business. I mean, he does have. I again say small sample size, but then I hope that the scouts have done some job there.
Let me just finish on that one. Yeah, look,
Yeah, go ahead.
he's he's a big physical guy, but he's still at 18. He's still a kid. He's not. He hasn't got that strength, that
Does it
mature
really
strength.
matter? Dante, tell me
It
about
does
his skill set
matter
and not his age. How old? I'm going to take you back to asking you this question. How old is Lamine Yamal?
but coach, he's a winger. He'll utilize the speed.
Coach, I
It's
mean,
a bit different.
that's taking a little bit to the extreme because you have one Yamal, you have one Musiala, and how many other players like that?
That's utilizing speed and skill. Yes, it's very different. This
Are
guy's
you
a
two
Okay,
skill.
turning
you
against me
can
right
add
now?
Palmer to that. You can add Palmer to that to say like our
Utilize the
scouts
skill.
do know what they are doing.
Palmer
But
is older
still,
than them, but go ahead with what you were saying.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
much older, so yeah.
but
Look,
still, I look at this Spanish kid positively. I think he will do well. But here Dante does have an argument. To be honest, yeah, he's still like he's not proven, but he definitely has the desire and the confidence. He's coming from Barcelona, so probably a lot of confidence and strength would be there.
they're gonna give him some
Do you,
game time
Jesse?
here and there,
Let me get
but
your opinion. I know Dante already said he doesn't think he has a chance. Jesse, do you think he has a chance?
Oh, I am looking forward to his games. I am expecting a lot from him. I am hoping he will be another revelation like Palmer.
I hope so. I hope so. But let's say you, Dante, what are you saying? I know it'd be easy. Let's say if we paid like 50 million pounds for him, a lot of people will be asking questions whether he stays or leaves on loan because
Yeah,
right now
but
it's
coach,
easy to say
yeah,
he
but
lives
coach,
on
having
loan
said
because we didn't
that,
pay that much for him. Go ahead, go ahead.
coach, having said that, to the tune of what you were asking, but still, I come from the school of seeing is believing, not from the school of aura, and that's why I listen to what Dante is saying.
You telling me we're both in the same school? Just go ahead. Let's see. Go ahead so that we can hear from Dante.
Because Dante is speaking perfectly sensible thing as well.
Yeah, you two just turned against me, but go ahead.
No. I really, I am, I would say, cautiously optimist on this kid. But
Which
really,
is the
really,
right thing to do. Yeah.
yes. And I really, to be, if it is like, if you have to look at like the romantic side of this, I would say like I would hope is like this guy balls out totally like Palmer, and like we will be singing songs of him, and that's what I desire for. But then, okay, I mean, it's still a business.
Yeah. Dante, you were saying something. Is it there?
Mm, I think
Dante, you there?
no, I cannot hear him.
Yeah, it looks like he has a connection issue. He will come back again, so I'll let him finish. Your thoughts on Kante joining West Ham? When I saw that report, I didn't believe it. I said it was absolute nonsense, and it turns out it was definitely nonsense. Fabrizio Romano has said that even Al Ittihad has said they're not selling. I don't see Kante coming back to the Premier League and then joining a London rival. I don't believe that. It's not happening. I'm not happy. It's not going to happen. But Dante, let's say you were saying something. Looks like you had a connection issue.
yeah, sorry, I got cut off. Yeah. Well, just about the striker. Yeah, I know you guys are optimistic about him, but I don't
No,
think we signed
look,
him. I think
JC
we
is with
signed
you
him.
on this one.
Who's with me?
Yeah, he's with you in terms of he's cautiously optimistic.
Well, to throw an 18-year-old to throw him up as the striker to play very significant minutes. We didn't buy him from that. I don't see us. We've always had. We're looking for another striker. He's there. He's a bonus signing. Yeah, he's good, but he's not for now. Not for actual now. He will get a game time here, a bit of game time here and there, but he's not for now. I don't see him for that. When you're 18 as a striker like that, yeah, it's not easy. It's very hard when you're up against much older, mature centre backs. It's very hard. It's a different type of strength, completely different. The Yamin Yamal and the other players, they're very fast, speed. They're out wide. They're not in with the defender. It's a very different type of football.
We'll
It's
see.
completely different. It's not the same at all. That's why they can get away with it. But as a striker, you can't get away with that as much, unfortunately.
How old is Erling Haaland?
20, I
Yeah,
don't know,
but he's
24, 5?
no,
I
no,
don't know.
no.
What? No, he's
24,
not
No, no, no.
25 yet.
He was pretty young. He was already scoring goals after banging in goal after goal after goal. But to be honest, I mean, if having looked at it all over together, and
But Haaland is still 23.
Yeah,
But go
it's
ahead,
24.
JC.
It's 24, yeah. 21st of July, yes. It'll be
23,
24 in a
23.
few days.
It's still 23.
Yeah.
Today
In a
is
few
24,
days, in a
coach.
few days, tomorrow.
Yeah,
Oh,
tomorrow is
okay,
24.
you're in,
So he's not young.
Dante
Yeah,
is in the future. Yeah,
yeah,
Dante
yeah.
is in the future.
I'm in the
So he's
future, don't
24
forget.
already.
I'm ahead of you guys always.
Go ahead, Jesse. You were saying something.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to give you one thing for that's what my also opinion, like what I
Haaland.
would think is, like, yeah, we have this profile. Okay, he's young, unproven, and all, and he probably will get selective time initially. But if he balls out then until January, fantastic. If it doesn't, we can look at something in the January, which is difficult. But I generally would not like to have an Osimhen, because if we have Osimhen, then this kid is gone. So
Yeah.
it will hamper his progress, and we have already so many other strikers I mentioned already. Like they are lost. They are lost somewhere. They were also potential. So
It will not
so we need to
it will not hamper
we
his
need to
progress.
Let's have him drop. Let's let him drop,
It
Dante.
will
Go
not
ahead,
hamper his
Jesse.
yeah,
progress at
so
all.
we brought in. Everybody was excited when we brought in Fofana. There was high expectations from Broya, and then and none of them has materialized. So it can be argued like just having vibes is not enough, and we will see. But we have too many these potentials now. Like, get rid of them. And I mean, we have Nkunku, we have Jackson. If you have a proper somebody like Osimhen, what do you do with Nkunku or Jackson? I am not talking about only the Spanish guy. One of them will be warming the bench, or probably both of them will be warming the bench. So that says to me is we have good enough squad.
No.
It's not a pressing
Look,
need.
we
You there, Dante?
Go ahead, Dante.
Oh, he went out. He went out. And I think he'll come back in again. I
sorry, some connection issues. Sorry
talking
there.
about, I'm not
Can you hear me
reading
now?
this. According to Zubairu, we might have to stick with Kepa. No. We're not doing that. And language, please. Language, please. Let's hear you. Dante, you were
Sorry,
saying
coach.
something and you got cut
Yes,
off.
I got cut out. I don't know
Yeah,
what
And
go
I
ahead.
don't want to.
They're working
I
on
don't want to
my
have a
they're
go at
working
you
on the
for your
connection
poor
this week.
internet
So
connection, but the signal is 100% right now.
yeah, it's 100%. No, they're working. I got a message early in the week that this whole week, and they're working on the
No, you did
upgrading.
tell me.
So
I was joking with you, but I did have a go at you. I'm glad you didn't hear that. It was
yeah,
really bad.
you
But
said a
go
joke
ahead.
yesterday. Can you repeat that joke again?
I'm not saying anything. Just go ahead.
We still need we're not going to base on an 18-year-old kid that's young like that, inexperienced. We're not going to base your attack on him, unfortunately. And if Osimhen does come in, he'll actually, or someone similar, someone that's a proper number 9 to learn off, he'll time, because don't forget, we're going to play a lot of games next season. We have a lot of competitions and a lot of games, so there'll always be, especially the Conference League, there's going to be plenty of chances to play. But yeah, if we can get someone in like Osimhen, he can still play. I know, coach, you're not the biggest fan, but he can still play that role where he can still link up. He's good in the
You
air.
know, the question isn't about being his fan, but seeing things from the perspective of the way the manager approaches the game
Yeah.
and everything.
Well,
It's not my decision anyway, but go ahead.
Yes, it's whoever it is, a good striker. Say we get a proper striker that we don't have, it actually be good to have, because he's got someone to learn off, to look up to. We need a big squad. People keep saying that no, we need a little tiny squad. We need like 24, 25. It doesn't work. You need a big squad in modern football. You need a big squad. You can't have a small squad. You really need to have a big squad when so many games, so many competitions, so many international competitions, so many youth tournaments. You need to have a bigger squad.
We have
If we
6
had a big,
strikers right now
we only have
without the academy.
yeah, we only have two real strikers. Washington may be the third, but apparently he's going on loan. So we only really have Jackson and Nkunku that play a role. Like, we don't really have Fofana's going. Broya's getting sold most likely.
We don't know if Fofana is going.
He's probably going. I've seen some reports earlier. He's going on loan most likely, either sold or on loan. But he's going. I'm pretty sure he's going. He hasn't been that much in training and stuff, so I'm pretty sure he's going. Broya, I saw him training quite a bit with the first team, so I'd be saying, well, I want to keep Broya. But really, you know, if we should really be selling him to cash in on him, really, to be honest. But you never know. He might prefer. Mariska might see something in training and might say, "Look, I might keep him." You never know. Still, preseason's a long way to go. So they'll make a decision on these outgoings. Yeah, they can be done, later on in the window. So it's no big deal with some of the outgoings. But if we can get another striker, a proper striker, like a more of a, I'll say, world-class striker, someone that's proven in international stage and at club level, I think it will just benefit the players. Obviously, the right age, good age profile, but I think it will benefit players like Guy, and just to have a different profile, someone a bit stronger, someone that's really good in the air, because we know Jackson's not good in the air. He scored a goal too, but he's not good in the air. He's pretty bad in the air, actually. Nkunku doesn't score with his head goals. He's not that type of player. He doesn't get into it on crosses. He's not going to get in there. And when you have a low blocks, and we're going to have fullbacks, especially if Reece James being fit, we're going to get balls in the box. We won't be able to do anything with them when there's some low blocks. I think we still need that option of having a bigger guy, a proper number 9 in there to throw in on certain situations. When you go away to away fields in the European competitions or Premier League, you need that type of physical player just to have it as an
Dante,
option.
a question for you. For those cross situations against the low blocks, are you confident that this boy from Spain, I have
That's the
not
problem.
seen him much. I have not
This is
seen
the
him much.
problem. He's 18. He's not strong. He looks physically strong, but he's 18. You don't have that strength. You don't have that strength yet. They'll ragdoll
No, if it is physically strong, that's strong. The question is like,
it's a different strength. When you're
how is he?
18,
If you're talking
when you're
about mental
18,
strength, maybe even mental, I think mentally he's strong. Remember, I told you this kid has a chance. But go ahead, JC. You were saying something. You were
We don't.
interjecting.
looks
Yeah.
You
like
have to be. You have to be
bodybuilder. He's
mentally
strong. He doesn't
strong.
do nothing.
See, you have to be mentally strong to say no to Barcelona and asking Chelsea that I'm coming if there is game time. That's probably similar to what Cole Palmer did.
Money.
Yeah. So I think this
unfortunately.
kid stays. But Dante, go ahead with what you were saying. We'll find out.
Money. JC, money. He got offered
Money is a factor too. Yeah.
Yeah, but
He's
like
young,
Barcelona
double.
was really ready to willing to give him contract as well. Like,
Double.
But
We paid him
probably
double.
JC, in terms of that, probably not as much as as much money as he'd be earning at Chelsea. I think.
I think no, actually more than double. Nearly triple. We nearly tripled his salary.
yeah, but he was on like something like 2,000, 3,000 per week.
So tripling it
6,000.
isn't like he gets 100K, right?
No. Barcelona offered him a new contract, and we tripled that amount.
Yeah,
But
so
even
they
at that,
offered him
it's not,
something
I
like
don't think he
10,000
earns
or
up to 100 at Chelsea. Not even up to 60.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
he's
but
close to 60 or 70. Yeah, but Barcelona were only offering him like 20. It's a
okay.
big jump. It's triple, more than triple jump.
It's a huge
for,
jump, and
for a
that's
young
enough for him to
18-year-old.
say, you know what, I'm going there, even if I end up going on loan.
I know
agree with
one
that. I
thing.
think
If he is not a success,
Yeah.
if he's not a success, then you have a question for these directors. Like, what are you doing?
and yeah, you
No,
created a
it's
problem, and then it'd be
there's not much
difficult to
risk in him.
convince some kids to come
He
join
might
it.
he might like repay all his investments the moment he's sold because he came at a very low price. But still,
Exactly.
I mean, who would buy him for 100K salary if he's not good enough? So our directors and scouts, they must have seen something there. I hope so.
Look, he's good. He's not good now. He will be in 2 or 3 years' time, maybe. It doesn't matter. He's got a lot of improvement to go. But that's what I mean. We did not sign him for now. We did not sign him for now. He's
And
there.
that's to tell us. Always tell us that's your opinion.
Well, I keep saying it's my opinion. You know, it's my opinion.
No, you haven't. We haven't heard that disclaimer from you.
Come on. How many times have I said it? It's always my opinion. I don't think we've signed him for now, to play now. Yeah, to get some game time here and there as an emergency if we need to, if we have injuries or problems. Yeah, of course, he'll be filling in. But I
All
don't
right.
think we signed him now to throw him in as number 9 and to play. There's no way we've signed him for that right now.
No, but I will
All right.
not be so confident and like to say like he is 18, so he will not be a success. I would be cautious in that. Yes,
I did not
it's
say that.
pragmatic. It's pragmatic to say like he's still young. He is seeing is believing, but to be saying like he's not there yet. No. I don't want like in 6 months he will be another Sparma story, and then me and Kochila will be coming for
We'll
you.
look at Kanta and say, yeah, you told us he wasn't
You
going to
told
play.
us, yeah. I'll be
No,
waiting for that.
you're getting it all
So we
wrong there,
have it
JC.
on
I did not
record.
say nothing about his. I say his age. He can be 12 years old. It doesn't matter. I'm talking about his strength.
Okay.
His
All right.
strength.
All right. We'll
When you're
find out. I know
18
what you.
and you're
I
a
know exactly what
footballer
you said.
and the
But
weight
we'll
you
find out.
carry, you're not strong. You are not strong at 18. You're very nowhere near it. Forget this how much they weigh, these kids. They look big, they look strong, but they weigh 60 kilograms, 65 kilograms.
All right. We'll
They don't
find
weigh
out.
much.
We'll find
They're
out.
not
We're
strong
having a good
physically. You're not
conversation here.
developed to be strong and that strong yet.
All right.
You
All
may
right, let
look
me
strong,
catch up
but
with
he's
what we
not
have in the
strong.
chat. The Bluetooth game is saying here we need a world-class goalkeeper or world-class striker. We have to have at least one of those. Let's see what happens.
Exactly.
It's up to the club, not us. We either outscore our opponents in every match or we beat our 15 goals considered in a season record. Our keeper or striker or both is the way. Your argument makes sense, but I have some reservations, but I'm not going to talk about that now. Striker equal to accuracy of Kane, brute force of Drogba, housery of Costa. Good luck. You need scientists to join in the search for that caliber of striker or striker of that ilk. I don't see a contradiction, coach. The last part of the second paragraph is just an emphasis on the first one. Okay, we see things differently, if you understood me. No, I don't. I see it the way I see it, but I understand what your point. We see things differently, and for me, I can be very analytical when consuming information online. For me, that part, the first part is saying, part of that particular report is saying that everything comes down to whether how well Nkunku and Nkunku and Jackson does, how well they do in preseason. And the second part is saying we're definitely looking for a striker, irrespective of whether they do well or not. That's how I read it. But that's a small opinion, but I understand where you're coming from. Both statements just mean we're not leaving our eggs in one basket, even as we prioritize the striker position for next season. It's a testament to the fact that we are ready to trust those we have. Okay, no problem. Isn't that Bass a kid like 18? He's still a kid and nothing stronger than grown men. That holds that hold up play is gonna lack. Okay, if you believe that's the case, that's Slayer 344. Thank you for that. I've always envisaged a world where we go into the future with a new style that doesn't exactly tilt towards a standard number 9, but rather a false 9, where striking becomes of utmost importance and urgency, and that may well be the case right now.
Can I ask quickly? So this hold up play argument, yes. If we are going to play tiki taka possession football, something what like City do and all that stuff, how often do we see like City goalkeeper hoofing the ball and Haaland trying to hold the ball for others to come into the play? Rarely, I would say, not every game. So I mean, this holding the ball will how important will that be if we will be just like playing tiki taka, hold the ball and keeping possession all the time? Then you really need a big guy while the goalkeeper is just kicking the ball towards him, and then he has to hold the ball to relieve the pressure a little bit, we will not be parking the bus.
Yeah, and yeah, I think it makes sense. But at the same time, if you want to mix it up, if you want to mix things up, if sometimes you need to go long and you need someone capable of controlling the game and holding it, and sometimes hold up play doesn't really need to come be, you can say, from in the sequence of a hoofed ball getting to the player. Sometimes you need to hold up play even in a tiki taka. Once you're crowded, you need to hold up the play and find a
Yeah,
solution. But mainly, it's mainly important when you hoof the ball. But if we're looking to mix it up, I think we still need somebody that's capable of holding the ball.
yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
fair enough.
but thank you for that. It makes sense. It makes us think deeper. Okay, is that really important?
Yeah,
It
if
is
you
to
if
an
you watch
extent, but not
training,
necessarily important. Mainly important.
yeah,
You could
coach.
say
Sorry, if you
not
watch
needed all
training,
the time. Yeah, go ahead.
You see Maresca emphasizing that point. He wants players to be strong enough to hold the ball up and to attract players, to draw in players, and then release the ball. I'm not sure
So
if you
there's
saw
a
that at
lot to
training.
learn.
Yeah,
There's
so
a lot to
he likes
learn.
that aspect of holding the ball, having the skill to hold the ball and dribble the ball, have one dribble, attract players in, and then so you
No,
can
no,
move the
Dante.
ball.
My question was not on these small passes like holding the ball and like quickly passing around. My question was more like a goalkeeper kicking the ball and then Haaland
Oh, yeah.
holding on to the ball unless the others move up. I mean,
Even
normally that
Edison does
kind
that
of
a lot.
hold up.
Even Edison does that. He hits it when he can't. There's
Yes,
not
but
always
not
an
very
option. It
often,
depends who you play.
not very often.
It
I mean,
depends on the
City is
opposition.
not parking the bus most of the time. They do it when needed, but like I don't think they do it all the game and all the time. It's not the main
No,
part of their style.
No, it's not.
No.
Yeah.
it's pretty rare. It's only it depends on what team. Yeah.
Neum, our first game, a preseason game, in about 4 days, I think. Yeah. I think is it Wrexham? Yeah, I think so.
Wrexham. Yeah.
Yeah. If Maresca already makes us believe that Sanchez is better than Petrovic, then he himself will not manage our club. Not that as good as again. Listen, champion. Everything comes down to whether we believe what we're hearing or not. I think that the chances are there's some truth to it, but you can't say for certain what happens. But if you're going so many factors, if you're being logical, leads to us a lot of people believing that Sanchez may well certainly to some be the starting goalkeeper. Whoever our striker is operating area will be right in the kill box. He will need to be able to hold up the ball, irrespective of the approach. I agree. Have his head on a swivel and have ankles made of titanium. Wow. Details right there. A tiki-taka style is known to always favor a situation where goals are spread across the board. I think that's another way to explain why I said signing Osimhen and paying that much money for him, Chelsea fans will turn on him if he doesn't score as many goals as he scored at Napoli. Rather than depend solely on the standard number 9, and that's where I expect Maresca. It's his approach. I'm not talking about that one again. I've moved on. Okay, let's talk about this. Machine Borka was to come back. Does he really? I haven't heard that. Borka is good on the ball. He's actually excellent on the ball, given what I know, and he's a good shot stopper too. And he has that, you can say, that sweeper keeper character in him. Shouldn't we be considering him? Let's hear you, Dante. I started with Jesse on the other topic, but what do you think?
No.
No for you?
No. Look, he's a very big. He's a tall keeper. He's put around 20 kilograms since he left. Since he was at Chelsea when he was very light. A very
He's
different
added
player now.
some meat.
He's added a lot of meatball. He's been eating a lot of meatballs. So, yeah, he put on 20 plus kilograms since he left Chelsea. He's a different type of player now. He's grown quite a bit as well, as in tall. He got taller as well. So he's, I think, 6'6", 6'7", 6'6", I think, so 6'7". He's very tall. Again, he's like a Sanchez. He's very slow, of course, slow moving because he's tall. He's a big guy and he's very heavy as well. So for me to know, but there's no real much upgrade there, to be honest. It's very, very, very similar. I would probably say he's even slower than Sanchez.
Really? JC, how about you? Have anything to say about the Borka talk?
No, I'm not seeing him lately. So
Okay.
I mean, if they are looking at him as a competition for Sanchez, maybe. but
Bulky Balka, going by what
Goalkeeper.
Dante
Okay.
said. I've been
I
saying
heard
that.
it was like Bulka or something like Bulka.
No, but the kid, I think he's good, but let's see what the club does. And if he wants to come back, get him back. Good afternoon, guys. How can I join Chelsea? As a footballer or join as a commentator
Manager,
or as a panelist? I don't know. What?
as a manager.
As a manager, you let us know. Tea lady, groundsman, there are plenty of roles. To be fair, Lukaku at 18 years old looked like he told the coach what to do. Zwiley wallahi Zakakasheni. Just leave me alone. The game has changed. Even managers are younger. Let's read that part. Managers are younger now. Look at company at Bayern. It's a young man's and women's game, to be inclusive there, and it makes sense now. With dynamism, energy, and fluidity, we are getting old. Okay.
It was somebody has hacked into his own account or something.
He's speaking so nicely, right? It's unbelievable.
Don't tell JC we're getting old.
That's him
He's
being considerate. That's shocking, really. I have to be honest with you.
But
But
fantastic. That should be the comment of the day, the most delicious comment of the day, coach, as
I
you
think
give
it
the
should
honor.
be. Yeah, it should be, and it
what? We're all
deserves.
getting
Oh
old.
wait, let's celebrate it. Wow, I can't
Mm,
believe I want to do that for him. But it's a delicious comment. No jokes. It is indeed a delicious comment from somebody who always, you could argue, spills negativity. He's gonna come at me right now for saying that. But let's celebrate it. Yeah.
Coach,
Fireworks is
how
good.
old is the Bluetooth? How old is he?
Hey,
I
Dante,
don't know,
you
but
don't.
let the comment tell
Dante is
you.
starting a different operation right now. I think you should like. We are not talking about the age anymore. 18 was good enough.
All right, 1 second. Yeah, let's see what we have. I'm not gonna be that. You figured it out. I'm not gonna be the one to tell you how old it is. We're back to the presentation window. Give me my flowers.
I
No,
already
you're
know.
not getting any flowers. Look at them praising him, and after the fireworks and everything, he's already cussing the heck out of us. Just 1 second, guys. Let's see what else we have to talk about here. We move on from this one to this one here. Give me 1 second. Why is the system? Am I frozen? I'm not, but the browser is frozen. Oh gosh, I can't see what we have lined up there.
Let's talk
Give me
about
one
age.
second.
JC, how old are you?
Oh, I'm still like
Can we not do that? Can we
No,
not do that?
I am afraid because he says like 18 is too young, so I don't want to name his age. So
That's
we have
that's a
had.
pro- that's a perfect answer. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. So, Dante, how to say that? Answer you. I think we will see with this boy. We will see. He's 18 years old. They call it
Yeah,
old,
we'll
no?
see. Yeah,
Everybody is an old.
yeah, yeah. Let's see. So this particular report here reads that even though he has 3 years left on his contract, that's another speculation by Simon Johnson Sports. On his contract, Chilwell is a player Chelsea could consider selling if the price is right. He's one of the biggest earners at the club. I think if the club decides to sell him, maybe it will come down to the fact that he's one of the biggest earners. I'd take Kukurea over him anytime, any day, but that's just my opinion. A reality that comes under greater scrutiny. The more time he spends on the treatment table, the more the club will look to sell him. But I think he's going to be given another time because experience is important. Here's another thing from Simon Johnson himself. Early training footage released by Chelsea on their Fifth Stand app shows that Chilwell already beginning to earn Maresca's approval. This is more like
Seriously.
yes, let me finish. Well done, Chile. The head coach. They're just going with this part of this report alone. They're saying that Chile has won the manager and he's the starter. Chances are he becomes a starter. Chances are he'd be a starter. We don't know. The head coach can be heard shouting during one intense drill. I think this is
Wow.
so. This report in itself. I'm not saying Ben Chilwell is not going to be a starter under Maresca, or he's going to be on the bench, or Cucurella will be a starter. After all, there are three of them right now because Vega can also play in that position. I'm just saying it's stupid to just go by during training session. Somebody did something right, and the manager yells, "Well done, Chile." There's a part he says something similar to the effect of "No, Chile." Why not?
Talk
I
about
think
clutching at
sometimes
straws. My goodness.
yeah, that's part of it. Some people who were, you could say, refuting this were going with the part he said something to the effect of not something not approving of what Chile did at the time.
Exactly.
My point
Yes.
is, I'm not saying I disagree. If the argument is that it's based on him saying, "Well done, Chile," I would say no. I don't believe that. If
Coach,
you tell me, if you just had he gone by just saying, given what he's seen from the training videos, that clearly that Chile will have a place in this team. I would be more inclined to agree. But telling me that you're saying that based on this three-word sentence here in quote, "Well done, Chile," I'd say you're full of it. But let's say you Dante before I go to
coach,
JC.
go and cancel your Vince subscription right now, please.
No, but he's quoting somebody. Let's be honest. Go
Oh
ahead.
my goodness, that's just wow. That's clutching at straws. That's looking for. Oh my, yeah. I actually seen that section where he does say, "Well done, Chile," but right after you say, "Come on, Chile, you can do better than that." He actually says that. Yeah, exactly that. Come on, Chile, you can do much better than that. So that's actually if you put that down instead, that's like, oh, Chile's not doing well at all. We're looking to moving him on. So it's pretty silly that type of reporting, how they say these things, especially when people have seen it. You're just nitpicking at stuff to pull out, but that's pretty bad, to be honest. That's not very
Yeah,
good
the
reporting at
argument
all.
isn't whether he starts or not, but if you're telling us that he's earned the manager's approval because of this three-word sentence in quote there, then you're full of it, really.
Very full of
Because we
it.
don't know. Chances are he'd be the starter. We don't know. But I don't think
Coach,
this
yeah,
makes
look,
sense.
it's like I said, it's just clutching at straws. Like, my goodness, I have no idea what to say about that. One thing we do know, we did sign another player that can play in his position, and that's Renato Vega. He can play in his position. So yeah, look, we've got backup there for Cucurella, because I don't think there's no way Cucurella is not the starting left back. Something has to go horribly wrong, or an injury, or something, that Cucurella is not the starting left back.
Yeah. And here, before I go to JC, here at the Bluetooth game, he's saying Maresca is clearly trying to raise the Chile's value to ship him out on deadline day. Here's something else I'm going to say quickly. I'm going to say this. Irrespective of what you think of Chile, selling him won't be easy. He's not that old. He still probably has hopes of representing England again. And had he been fit, I know Southgate loved them, but Southgate is not. I don't know if he's quit already or he's still gonna quit. Coco has 0. White Chile has well done, well done, Chile. And here's that part. No Chile, yes Chile, backwards Chile, forward Chile. Coach, what the I don't know, but my point is this report is so freaking stupid, irrespective of whether you believe Chile starts the season or he's going to be the manager's preference. But usually, if you're on holiday, let's make it clear, chances are those that trained with the manager throughout, started with the preseason, usually start. And he's capable of starting, in my opinion. But we'll see. JC, let's hear you. What do you make of this report? Because remember, the argument isn't whether Chile starts or not. It's not our decision to make, but to tell us that he's winning over the manager already because he said, "Well done, Chile." I don't know, but let's hear you, JC.
Yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, it's premature to be talking on the argument on words of manager. Well, how I see it, yeah. Chile, if it is a wing back's position where mostly he has to spend most of the time running physically and finishing, then that game suits better in that direct kind of football, Chilwell. If Kukurea is asked to do that, then Chile is better. But if it is possession based football where the left back is not necessarily needed to overlap, like Spain didn't ask him to be overlapping Nico, and the maximum you go is half line or a little bit further in a possession based and control the ball and maybe throwing crosses when needed, then Kukurea has shown to be the inform and the better player.
I would
So
say actually Vega can do better than Cucurella even in that.
Vega for
Because
me is an unknown
Vega
entity.
has better passing range. He's a better
Yeah.
tackler of the ball, more aggressive. I'd say
But
probably he gets a chance. But go ahead with what you were saying.
what I understood is like Vega has also played like left side center back. He has also played inverted role, so he's more like central role. So and other than that, he's a little bit unknown entity for me. So going
Yeah,
by
lack of experience is something that we must always consider. But go ahead with what you were saying.
so going by the rumors or what we are hearing, that Maresca will be playing somewhat similar to what we see like possession-based football, which Spain plays, to be honest, quite similar to that. Then I think Kukurea is the starter. Now Kukurea is on holidays. What do you expect? Like when Kukurea comes, he will also say, "Well done, Kukurea." He will also say, "Well done" to 1,000 players. That does not mean it's like. I mean, you as a listener can take anything you like and like something that's normal. You people like to hear people hear what they like to hear mostly and ignore what they do not like to hear. So it takes some time to realize there are other sides of the story as well. And I'm not a perfect myself. Like I do that. Everybody does that. So. I mean, let's not be premature in that. I think, basing on what we are hearing, the style of play, and basing on what we have seen of Kukurea deliver in the last 2 months, he is starting. He's the number one right now.
But here's the thing: he's on holiday, and not after the preseason and everything. I think the starting left back, we have to be. It has to be Ben Chilwell because he started the preseason, everything, and I don't think Cucurella would join until almost a few weeks more, probably up to 2 weeks to 3 weeks more. And if Ben Chilwell starts the preseason and does well, he starts the season, irrespective of how good Cucurella was at the Euros. But we'll
Yeah,
find out because you'd have to be exceptionally good for you to come back from holiday and then the manager gets you to start. No, Ben Chilwell, as much as I'll pick Kukurea over him, I know fully well is as long as he stays fit because he started preseason with the manager and probably will play a game or two before Kukurea gets to play a single game. I think he starts the season.
yeah. No, but you know, Coach, what's more interesting for me, when I'm thinking all this is you look at Spain. There is Nico Williams, and Cucurella goes up to a certain level. He does not need to overlap him, and he worked in tandem with Nico Williams, but he never was like in the opposition box because Nico did that job perfectly. He just controlled the game up to a certain point, and then there was no need to be going deeper and deeper into that. So we have a Sterling. So that's an
He doesn't
important
care what
part.
happens defensively, right?
Yes, and Sterling has played under this coach in City. So what Sterling would we getting? Would we be getting? I really do not know. I mean, so and it matters, you know. The matter like it's a team sport. Like if you leave Kukurea or even Chilwell, if you ask Chilwell to be standing left winger, I mean, and putting like Colville as left back, I mean, it's a recipe for disaster. We know that. Normally, one would not know that, but we know that. We know that. We experience that.
Yeah, but I do agree with you. Let's see. let's see, what do we have here? It is sad to rely on a well done chili from a clip as the reason to know he's been approved. Yeah, that's crazy. I couldn't believe that when I read it. But let's see. Coach, I'm gonna go and comment. Yeah, you need to, because it's that comment. But make sure you mention who he's quoting in Simon Johnson. That's redonkulous, really. It reminds me of how a child will be spilling nonsense and obviously leaning towards the outside door of everyone's heart, and you could hear the Sunday school teacher shouting, "Well," and you have to use the name Okun, right? Garen, okay, the nonsense that I've out of the unwanted arching, coach's disapproval tactic. Wow. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Coaches Gary Neville. Has Gary Neville issued an official apology to Kukurea? I don't think he has, and he will not. Probably full of himself. That's the sort of person I believe he is. So this one says that after suffering an anterior cruciate ligament knee injury that ended his season prematurely in November 2021, trademark transfer market shows Chilwell has sat out another 268 days of action, recovering from 8 more separate issues, mainly hamstring. I think he's been injured quite a lot, unfortunately. So let's see if anything new has emerged. And as we do so, if you have any questions, drop it in the chat and we'll be happy to address it. I don't know, Dante, if you have anything to add with what we've been talking about. I don't know if you've spoken. We'll be rounding off in a bit if we see if anything new has emerged since the show started. But Dante, if you want to come in, feel free. The first item here, Levi Colwell spoke about Enzo Matesca. He said, yes, I spoke to him. Obviously, he's on the pitch all the time. He is a proper hands-on manager. I think players like that when the manager is hands-on. Training update, our new head coach, Enzo Matesca, was in the thick of things. Was in the thick of things as usual, issuing instructions as he continued to get his footballing philosophy across to his new players. We've addressed that one. Nothing need to address that. These are more of training pictures. Matesca here giving directions to Reece James, who looks as if he needs glasses there to see what the manager is showing him. Yep, look at it. A clearer picture here. It looks like he's confused. I'm not too sure. And that's KDH reporting for duty. The story of Lukaku. Napoli, Chelsea, and Napoli are currently in talks over a deal for Romelu Lukaku. We know that. That has been the case for a while now. Nothing else. If you have any questions and you're in the chat, please drop it in, and we will try to address it. Ricardo Cafiori joining Arsenal. We already know about that. The second paragraph of what Levi Cole said, I think if I was a coach, I think it's the best way to be, because you know how you want to play and you can envisage it up perfectly. So if you are there to inflict it, okay. But the more important thing there is, for me, that's another way of having go at our ex. Unfortunately, That's how I see it. So anybody else has anything else to add to that? And if you're in the chat, if you have any questions, drop it. Otherwise, we will be rounding up soon.
Yeah, it looks like Colwell, they're having a little go at our ex as well.
Yeah.
That's a little
Indirectly,
jab as well. They're saying that. Obviously, like I said before, I know the players do love this style a lot more. Not all the players, because you're never going to be happy. Not all the players are going to be happy. There's going to be players that don't like this, but a majority, usually, they do like more ball possession and keeping the ball and playing with the ball. So it looks like a lot of them are very happy that our ex has moved on and they don't have to run 100 kilometers every game and probably at training the night before and the day of the game, probably. So very happy they moved on.
Yeah, so here Fabrizio Romano is saying Romelu Lukaku keeps waiting for Napoli. He wants it to work under Antonio Conte. We suspected that was going to be the case the moment Conte took over at Napoli. But here's something else here, which makes sense. I'm going to go back to the presentation window again. I think Fabrizio Romano, he talks about the sort of business we're trying to do with regards to our pursuit, our search for a new goalkeeper. Dante, let's say if we're going by this comment on the screen right now, which reads, Chelsea is looking for a smart purchase, not crazy. How much is what's that? Varies? Is that how you pronounce his name? How much is he for? So let's see if that he
He's got
will
a 25
if
million
he
euro
qualifies
release
for a
clause.
smart purchase. Go ahead.
Yeah, 25 million release clause euros. So what, 22 million pounds, I think. So yeah, that's his release clause. But who knows? He might be able to get him cheaper, but probably not because he won that award. So probably not. But yeah, that is it's not crazy expensive. He's on very low wages. So you triple his wages, he's still on very low wages. That's a very smart and not crazy expensive way to do it. If we look, if that's in regards to a keeper, of course. If that's in
How
regards
about the
to another
Leicester City
position,
goalkeeper?
if that is this in regards to a goalkeeper, or this
With
report
regards to the
was about any?
goalkeeper. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Even in
That
all departments.
all department. There's another option that many people don't talk too much about, and that's the Leicester keeper. We could go
Yeah.
back and
Are you there, Dante? Did we lose you? Yeah, it looks like Dante's connection is poor. To me, Dyer here is asked. Yeah, go ahead, Dante. Yeah, your sound went out. Dante, you there? Dante, are you there? Okay, looks like we've lost him. You have no connection. JC, you have any smart option in mind, attacking wise? Attacking wise, I'd say smart option for me would be Oli Watkins. Not going to be a bad attacking wise. For goalkeeping option, probably the Leicester City goalkeeper. If we're looking for a smart purchase, it will be the Leicester City goalkeeper or Varias. But JC, let's hear your opinion. Smart choices for the two positions.
I do not know. I mean, for the striker, we have a number 9 as a smart choice in Mark Gui, if I'm pronouncing it correct. And if you need a totally yeah. What else? Like if you need some Eiffel Tower, then you can go for probably somebody like Weghorst from Netherlands team. Like they had this plan B of taking the long route when the time is less and you need a impact substitution to throw the kitchen sink or something like that. But other than that, okay. I mean, you cannot call Osimhen a smart signing. I mean, it's a very dedicated signing, something like that. Like if
It
you are,
depends on how much it comes for, right?
yeah, but like you cannot still term it as a smart signing or like opportunistic signing. I mean, it would be a Project Osimhen signing, you know. So it will not be like an opportunity signing. So
Yeah.
so if the question is relating to some opportunity signing, we have already done one, and I don't think we need any more in that sense. For the goalkeeper, it's the same scenario. I mean, unless you are going for a Diego Costa, you can probably then look at various options. Yeah.
I agree. Dante, you were speaking when you got disconnected. The smart
sorry about
signings for
that.
you, if it number 9 and left back.
Yeah, look, smart, exactly what JC said there. It's not going to be Osimhen or even Diogo Costa. They're not smart purchases, and not they're expensive, very expensive purchases. So, in my opinion, this is in regards to a goalkeeper. It can only be pretty much a goalkeeper, a winger as well. We know we're looking for a winger as well. So, I don't think that if we're looking at, for example, Williams and that's not a smart purchase or not expensive. So I think it's in regards to a goalkeeper most likely. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's the Leicester keeper if he is looking at him, because he did the job. He's young. He fits the profile. He's cheap. He's a smart purchase because he already knows the system and plays very well in that system. And he wouldn't be crazy expensive either. So I think that's probably the player they're trying to say most likely. Yeah, I can't see any other position.
Look what's on the screen. One of the H members is trying to drag you into gambling. Can you see it?
Temidayo, what will he give platform members should Maresca underperform Poch? That's not going to happen. Underperform in what way? How do you mean? How do you think he's going to underperform Poch? I don't understand. In what way? You're talking about how high we finish in the table, or I'm not
It
sure
depends
exactly
also
how.
on the context, I would say. I mean, what is the context? Because with Poch, we knew game after game the issues, and
Exactly.
there were no corrections made until the game 32.
Correct.
And when
Yep.
and it's not like we are a rocket scientist, need to be a rocket scientist or Einstein. I think more than half of the fan base was shouting out for those deficiencies, and they were addressed in game 32. So if there is something similar, which I doubt would be, I mean, the results can go bad. I mean, until December, nobody was calling for Pochettino to be sacked. The sounds really started from January, because we see the same error after same deficiencies and not being and they were not being addressed. So it's kind of
Exactly.
that kind of created a division or a substantial part of the fan base calling for him to be sacked.
It's going to
Yeah, I
be
do
pretty
agree.
hard
Dante, were you
for
still
him to
speaking?
underperform. In that context, it's going to be very hard for him to underperform. Already seeing at training how he's doing it and what he's doing, how hands-on he is, how he's drilling into the players. You did not see any of that with our ex. You did not see him do that. He was more with his arm folders, looking from the sideline, just watching and then making decisions, blah, blah, blah. Even in games, you saw that. Most of the games, it took like 20 games for him to get up off the bench, get up and start yelling some instructions. Maresca's a
Probably
completely
giving
different
pressure from
beast.
the fans. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maresca's a complete. You're gonna see him yelling on the sideline. He's gonna sweat as much as those players. He's gonna be up and down the touchline, yelling instructions, making sure they're in the right position, making sure they don't keep the ball too long, making sure they're doing the smart runs. A young team like we have needs that. Those things
Yeah.
need to be drilled
It's,
into them. So look, he's almost already outperforming him in a way if you're looking at it in that context. So
mhm.
I don't think that that he'll easily outperform him.
All right, with that, we've come to the natural end of the show. And Matthew is saying KDH is a smart signing. You need no sunglass. Yep, he is. But we're talking about subsequent signings. KDH is a very smart signing, arguably, in my opinion, one of the most important signings for the manager. Because he knows his approach makes it easier for him to implement his preferred approach to the game. And Chimera, is it Chimera? Who is actually the PR person of the H place? I don't know, but Chimera, nice to see you. Thanks to you. Thanks to Mattress Train TV. Nice to see you. Thank you to Midayo Lua Recommend my bro. And thanks to the Blue game. Much love to you, brother. Thank you to JBs. Nice to see you, AB. Nice to see all of you in the chat. Thank you to Constantine Duntu. Tabegol was here, and thank you also to all of you in the chat. And if I missed your name, Zubairu Dangwanaya Keke, I appreciate you. And Vic, my bro, was here. And if I missed your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and cheers.
Yeah, cheers, Coach. Bye.
Take care, everyone.
In my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh, and I'm up up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, man, I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say,